Alrighty then, welcome to the DM Lair. Tonight we're going to be creating a bunch of awesome NPCs together. At least I hope they're awesome. My anticipation here is that we're going to be able to create a whole bunch of these things. But I always have high expectations of creating lots of awesome things together, and then we end up creating like 3. But I think we have lots of fun doing it. So I am looking forward to this tonight. Let's see, what else we got on our plate here? We are doing a giveaway as well. You guys will have the opportunity, only open to people on the stream, and as in all of my streams where there are giveaways, we will roll the drawing at the very end of the stream and then give some stuff away to people. Tonight on the slate, let me find my screen, we are going to give away some tactical tokens. I give these things away a lot because I have a lot of them and they're really cool. And yeah, that's it. And they're easy to mail too. I can just put them in a little envelope and I pay like $1.50 to ship them. So much easier for me to send you those than if I were to like send you, I don't know, a shirt or something. There you go. So that's what we're doing tonight. Tactical giveaway. The NPCs we create will be available at the end of the stream. They'll be available in the link down below in the description as a download. So there you go. Yeah, some people are saying that the title tokens are awesome. I know several people have won them before. You might be on the stream, so they are really cool. They're super high quality, which is one thing that I love about them. They're also very transportable. They're easy to carry around places. And if you order them too, there's a link down in the description if you want to order them and get 10% off too with my code. But if you order them, they come out to be like a little over 50 cents a token, I believe. And so they're super affordable as well. So there you go. There's my plug for the stream's sponsor tonight. So there we are. All right, Cheesy Tails. That's awesome. Welcome, Cheesy Tails, to the stream. Black Rhino, Jake Boot, Steve Painter. This is where I go through and read people's names. The Maniac. Troommate. What's up, Trooms? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you again, man. Philip, welcome, Philip. I think, Philip, you're like here almost every stream, if I remember correctly. The Pixel Clan, Liam, welcome, dude. Iskalisk, Cameron, what up, Cameron F? I recognize you from previous streams. Ryan White, Judah, Ashley, Roman Minster, awesome. Got some peeps on tonight. So there we are. We got a stream going on. All right, let's see. What am I doing? We are doing NPC creation, so I should probably talk about that a little bit. Let me pull up. So basically, just in case you guys are not aware, there is, in the Dungeon Master Guide, there is an entire chapter. Is it an entire chapter? It might be, yes, I think it's an entire chapter, chapter 4, that strictly covers creating non-player characters. And so we will, I think for our very first NPC, we're probably going to just roll off the tables to kind of get a feel for it and stuff, kind of walk through it. Sometimes I roll from the tables. Sometimes when I need something really quick, I might roll from the tables and then change a few things. I might just look at the tables and just pick something. But we're going to probably do our first NPC strictly from the tables. What up, Medias? This stream is about creating NPCs. We're going to create a bunch of NPCs together, and then you guys can use them in your games. I will create a download for you of everything we create tonight. In fact, the download link is already in the description, but there's nothing in there. We have to create some stuff and then upload it again. So, Gregory Brown, thank you, buddy, for the $1. Appreciate that, buddy. All right, so that's the dealio with creating NPCs. We're going to do things. I have a template as well. Cameron F., thank you, sir, for the super chat. Appreciate that. I have a template as well. This is the template we're going to be using. This is nothing fancy. This is a Word document, but this is essentially what I use. The only difference is instead of a Word document, when I'm creating my NPCs, let me show you what I typically do. I usually put my NPCs on a 4x6 card. I'm just going to give you an example of one of my typical NPCs. So this is the 4x6 card, and usually I'll give you a big screen here. We're not going to be doing this necessarily tonight because I do not own the rights to these images. But usually I will put my important NPCs, not every NPC, but my important NPCs for a game, I will get a nice picture, I'll put it on the front of a card, and then on the back of it, I will basically have all of the information that you can see in the Word document. and I just have it on the back of a 4x6 card. And so this is what I do for my games. The advantage of this, the reason I love this, is that I can hold this up as I'm talking to my players, and they can envision the NPC, and I'm reading the back of it. That gives me all the information I need about the NPC. I'm actually just realizing that for this NPC right here, I didn't fill in any of the information. So that's not super helpful. But many of them actually have information. Gregory is just throwing me more money. Thank you. Can I theoretically make a male dryad? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? You could definitely make a male dryad. So back to our template over here. Was that like a suggestion to make a male dryad as an NPC? So there we go. We got our template. Let's create some NPCs. I don't think we have anything else to dilly-dally about, do we? Oh, the coffee. Oh, I found a awesome coffee mug too. I'm trying to get. So I found this coffee mug. It's like a tankard or something, a mug or whatever, on Amazon, and I'm trying to get my the DM Lair, my name on it. And I messaged the dude like a week ago, and he hasn't responded to me. So I'm like, dude, do you want money or what? Like, I want a mug with my name on it. So anyway, all right. So let's do our first NPC. Let's just roll off from. I'm gonna open up the Dungeon Master Guide. We're gonna roll this stuff really quick. We're gonna throw a name on him. We're not gonna roll for all of them, ladies and gentlemen. This is the only NPC I think that we're gonna roll from the tables from. All right. The rest of our NPCs, it's gonna be you guys just contributing ideas, and we're gonna do this together. It's collaborative. It would be boring as crap if all you guys did was watch me create NPCs on my own. I could do that any day of the week without a camera in front of me, right? So tonight we're going to be doing this together. But for the first one, for the very first example, we're going to roll from the tables. So we're just going to pop through this really quick, and then you guys can give. I need the DM guide. You need the DM guide. It's right here, dude. All right, appearance. So let's see. What are we going to roll for the appearance? It's a D20, so we're going to roll a D20, and I got a 1. That's pretty typical. I pretty typically roll 1s when I'm at the table. So a 1 on the table. This is good. I'm going to just do a copy paste here. Distinctive jewelry. Okay, guys, tell me what kind of jewelry the NPC wears. Brainstorm in the chat. I will pick the awesomest idea. Brainstorm in the chat, please. Go. That's one of the things that annoys me about Facebook. Like, I'll be in these groups and stuff, and people are like, they'll say something like, best pirate accent, go. And like, where am I going, dude? Like, where am I going? Anyway, that's my Facebook pet peeve. It's like, don't tell me to go. I'm not going anywhere. I came here to be on Facebook. All right, what kind of jewelry, ladies and gentlemen? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. A bull nose ring. That's cool. A ruby bracer, crown, emerald embroider. Whoa, we got some ideas going on. A ring that can summon a dragon if you do not put your tap the bar. Magic bracelets, golden gauntlets and earrings. I like that. A bloodstone. We're gonna say wears golden bracelets and a ring capped by a bloodstone. All right. Awesome. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Lots of good ideas here. A ruby eye patch. Oh, I like that. And a ruby eye patch. I like that. That's cool. That is cool. Wears golden bracelets, a ring capped by a bloodstone, and a ruby eye patch. Haha! I bet your players will just attack this NPC and take his stuff, won't they? All right, sweet. That's good. That's good enough. Let's go to mannerisms now. Lots of awesome ideas, but the nature of this, of course, is that I can only pick some of them. Otherwise, this NPC will just be decked out in jewelry. The next thing is NPC abilities. I'm gonna kind of go in order in the Dungeon Master Guide, and then we're probably gonna have some things left over on my NPC sheet, my template, and we'll fill those in if we do. NPC abilities, the basic idea here is that you want to perhaps have something about your NPC that stands out, like he's super strong or super handsome, or she's like, very fast or something. So that's the whole idea, something that, describes them a little bit, So we got 2d6s. I'm going to roll 1 for the top one. This is going to be the high ability on the d6, and I got a 6, which is charisma. All right, so tell me, why is this NPC charismatic? Why is this NPC charismatic? All right. Brainstorm, folks. Brainstorm for me if you would. And also, we're going to pick a low ability once we get that down. He rolls a 5. He has a facial tick. That's not charismatic, right? He's pompous and snotty brat who just has... He is... Okay, he has money. He is a handsome ladies' man. Okay, sure. I'll go with that. I'll bite. What was that? Abilities. High charisma. We haven't determined a gender yet for this NPC. I don't know if it's a he or a she. So we should probably roll for that. We should probably figure that out. That's probably a good first step. I'm gonna roll a D. Let's make it a D12. Let's make it a D12. And what is it? 6 or below is a male, and 7 or above is a female. So, but dang, I got an 8. So it looks like it's a female. So let us say female. Oh, we don't have a race either. So some sort of race. And there we go. Oh, alignment. Alignment. We'll have to determine alignment as well, I think, for this NPC. High charisma. So if she's high charisma and she's a she, we can no longer do handsome ladies man, can we? A ladies woman. A water ganassi. Oh, I like that idea. Water ganassi wins for the race. Water ganassi. And chaotic neutral. All right, you got it, buddy. Chaotic neutral. So high charisma. Why is her charisma high? Let's just say that she's just like she's a very her personality is very like persuasive or endearing or something like that. You know what I mean? Joan Dudley, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I just answered like at least 1 or 2 comments of yours, Joan, I think earlier in the day today. Oh, Duty's Devils, thanks for subbing, buddy. Appreciate it. She has I don't know, she's a very persuasive personality. You guys, I'm avoiding the stereotype of just saying that she's extremely beautiful, right? Because that's just so easy. You can have a bajillion NPCs where you're just like, oh, high charisma because he's handsome or she's beautiful. You know, that does contribute to charisma, but there's a lot more to. I have known people that are not particularly attractive, but because of their force of character or their personality, their charisma is very high, right? And that influences things a lot. And so I like to keep that in perspective as well. All right, we need a low ability. So let's go back to our Dungeon Master Guide and pick a low ability. She's confident as Keanu Reeves. All right. I don't know that we want to make a comparison to Keanu Reeves here on the stream, but okay. The first Matrix was pretty cool, but like the second and the third Matrix, I don't know, kind of just, it dropped off. For me, at least, personally. The third Matrix was like, everything was cool when they were in the Matrix doing things. But once the majority of like the movies turned to being outside the Matrix, it was like, why am I watching this anymore? Nobody's doing anything cool. Ba-ding! All right, we got a 5, which means low wisdom. She has low wisdom. Why does she have low wisdom? What does that mean in the context? So here it says oblivious and absent-minded. All right, so very charismatic, but very low wisdom. Low wisdom. I'm gonna go with oblivious and absent-minded unless I get some ideas down in the stream. She's dumb. No, that's intelligence. We're doing wisdom. Wisdom is totally different than intelligence. I know lots of people at my job where I work who are very, very intelligent, but probably not very wise. Let's just do, okay. Let's just do absent-minded, and easily distracted. All right. Sweet. And she wears a ruby eye patch. That's hilarious. Ooh, like water, her personality constantly shifts. Attention. Oh, I like that. That's a great idea. we'll say like water, the element of her mother or father. Let's just say her father. Like water, the element of her father, her attention constantly shifts. Constantly shifts, causing her to be easily distracted. Awesome. I like that. That's what we use the notes section for right there, for things like that. That is a really good like personality point, right? Being a water genasi, and we're drawing in like the element of her father, the water and stuff. Good idea. Was that Joan, right? Yeah, good call on that. She's clumsy and forgetful. That's awesome. Clumsy would be low dexterity, right? I think that would be clumsy, low dexterity. All right, what do we got next on our Dungeon Master Guide? Rolling from the tables, we have talent. Okay, something that she is talented at. I'm gonna roll. In the future, we will be brainstorming this stuff. I got a 9. She is great at impersonations. That actually makes a little bit of sense, I think, considering you can draw the connection between her high charisma and being great at impersonations, perhaps. You don't have to. Actually, wisdom might make you better at impersonations too. So I don't know. You can justify however you want. But her talent, where's talent? She is great at doing, we're going to say doing voice impersonations. There we go. There, she's a voice actress. Awesome. She's an amazing singer. Her mannerism is she talks very fast. It could be. We're just rolling from the table right now, so we will get those suggestions for our next NPC. Where's the table? What are we doing? Talents. After talent is, we're going to buzz through this because I don't want to just create NPCs out of the Dungeon Master Guide all night. Mannerism. I'm going to roll D20 again. This is just an example for you all about how you could just do this simply rolling from the tables, but then we're going to get creative and actually use some of your ideas. I rolled a 4. She slurs words, lisps, or stutters. I don't think that fits with her. If she has a super high charisma, it maybe doesn't make sense, and she's really good at impersonations, voice impersonations. It doesn't make sense to me personally that she slurs words. So I'm going to re-roll that. Dun, 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 dun. Dungeon Master Prerogative. I don't think it makes sense. 17, she paces. She's a pacer. All right, cool. What was that? What was that thing called? Mannerisms. She paces back and forth when worried. Worried or excited. There we go. We'll say that. Use number 8. It's just like fudging the dice rolls. We're rolling from the tables and we're fudging the dice rolls also. Awesome. NPC interaction traits. Sweet. So we have a D12 here. Things like blustering, rude, ponderous, irritable. Awesome. What do I got? D12? Where's my D12? Ooh, there it is. Rolling a D12. She's very paranoid. She might be. I rolled a 6, making her friendly. That's kind of lame. She's like, of course, she's charismatic and stuff, but she's also friendly. I don't know. That's probably not. What was that? Which one was that? I forget what that was. NPC interaction traits. I don't have that in my template. We should probably add that. NPC interaction traits. We can just call it traits. I think traits would probably be sufficient for that. What do we call that? Friendly. That's like one of those like meh rolls. I could have done better than that. All right, next one. Reroll. She's totally a hostess. She should have a barbarian voice. I don't know, guys. I don't know how high her charisma would be if she had a barbarian voice. That might not work very well. But I can see her being a hostess or like a waitress or something. I could really use a beer. I just need like face paint, right? And then I'd be all set. Yeah, we're going to decide the name in just a little bit. We have skipped the name. Let's get her voice. Is there a thing here? Ideals. Okay, ideals. These are things that help determine how we role play her. So let's what did we call her? What alignment was she? She was chaotic neutral. So it looks like depending upon her alignment, we can kind of change. So we're gonna roll a d6 We're going to roll 2d6s. One will be on the neutral, and the other will be on the chaotic table. So let's just see what we get here. So for neutral, I got a 3, live and let live. And then chaotic, I got a 3, freedom. So her ideals could be either of those. It could be both. It doesn't really matter. Let's call it freedom. Let's say that her, which makes sense. I mean, well, chaotic neutral. That was off the chaotic neutral table, so of course that makes sense. But freedom is her ideal. The fun part is usually the flaw and the secret, right? She's the leader of a merchant's guild. Yeah, she's a bard. She could definitely be a bard for sure. Voice impersonations and stuff. That's awesome. All right. Where are we at now? A bond. All right, D10. What is her bond? Where's my D10? We got a 2. Protective of close family members. All right, cool. Rock and roll. I like that. Protective of close family members. All right. Rock and roll. This is not hard. Rolling from the Dungeon Master Guide. Flaws and secrets. D20. D12. D12 would work. I got a 7. Has a powerful enemy. Okay, guys, who is her powerful enemy? Brainstorm. DM Entorius says, "You mess with the dog and I kill you." Who is her powerful enemy? She's in love with a beholder. Ooh. If she's in love with a beholder, who would her enemy be? Like, is the beholder married? And so she's like, her enemy is the beholder's spouse or something? A Tarask, a storm giant. Let's make this interesting. What do we got? Powerful enemy. I like the idea of being in love with a beholder. That is such a cool idea. Oh, that is not the right screen. That's the wrong screen. That's my live stream screen. All right, flaw or secret. So I like the idea. What did I say? Oh, she has a powerful enemy. So, an Illithid, the leader of the Thieves Guild. I want. You know what? That was such a great suggestion. She is in love with a beholder. With a married beholder. Married beholder whose spouse has sworn vengeance. There you go. Fill in the details. That's cool, though. That's really cool. I like that. Illithids. Her enemy is the Pirate King. She could be the Pirate Queen, right? Like with her ruby eye patch and stuff. Voice. Did we already do a voice? Oh, we didn't do a voice. I don't know if voice is actually in here. That's it. That's everything from the Dungeon Master Guide. The other things that I have on here are, well, really just voice. So the reason I have voice here in my template is I usually try to give my NPCs a certain special voice. Maybe, okay, so females, I can't really do female voices. It usually ends up in me doing some high-pitched nonsense that doesn't approximate a female whatsoever. But if it were a male, I'd say something simple like he has a deep voice, or he slurs his words, or he talks very methodically or something, or he talks very formally. I would create little notes about that so that, when I play the NPC, I kind of do that, and the next time that I play the NPC, I get something close to that, Squeaky and kind of annoying. Ooh, silky smooth. Ah, yes, a very silky smooth voice with a certain nasal intonation. We'll do that. Silky smooth voice with a nasal intonation. Intonation. Did I spell that right? I got it. All right, sweetness. All right, that's our first NPC. Oh, we need a name. Let's name her. Names, folks. I am going to pick a name that I think looks interesting. So start brainstorming some stuff down there, if you would. Thana Wavefinder. That's pretty cool. Wavefinder because water ganassi. I like that. Elena Broodwick. Jezebel. Barbara the Barbarian. Asura. All right. Dura McPatches. Agua. Yeah, it could be agua. Puede ser, pero bueno, todo el mundo va a saber qué quiere decir, ¿va? Agua. Asura. Lori the Pirate Queen. You know, I'm going with that. Lori the Pirate Queen. Lori the Pirate Queen. I love it. You know, it's really good too. Being a water genasi, you know, Pirate Queen, it kind of makes sense. So there you go. The Spanish caught you off guard. Yeah, I do that every so often. All right. So Lori the Pirate Queen is done. Anything special about her? So let's just create one more note, one more interesting thing about her. What does she actually do? Like maybe an occupation or something. What about an occupation for her? So we're calling her Lori the Pirate Queen, you know, but let's pretend that she's not a pirate because, you know, that's the obvious. Let's pretend that she used to be a pirate and she has put aside that. So she has a peg leg. Makes sense. What would she be doing? A bar hostess. She's a bar hostess. A party clown? Nope. Drug dealer? No. Come on. Stage writer. A merchant trader. She has a debt to a dragon turtle or a oh, I like it. There you go. Joan Dudley is the winner. That's a good idea. That's a cool little note. She has a debt to a dragon turtle who, let's say married. She has a debt to a married who saved her from a dragon turtle. Who saved her ship. Yeah, let's say that. Who saved her ship from a dragon turtle. There we go. Bam. That's a good little interesting note. Folks can do something with that during their games. All right, let's move on. Let's make a new one. New NPC. Get rid of that bulleted list. And I actually have a, where did I put that? There is a quick part for creating NPCs. NPC template. Bam, there we go. That is the use of quick parts in Microsoft Word, ladies and gentlemen. Fun stuff. All right, let's see. First of all, we're going to start brainstorming here. I need a class race. We need like a race. What else do we put up here? Gender and we did a female. Let's make this fair. We'll say this is a male. I need like a race and I need an alignment. A race and an alignment. And I'll probably just, you know what? I'll probably just roll for these or pick something super interesting. Because we're just going to get like, you know, everything. Remember, we're just going to get a listing in the chat of like all of the races and stuff. Dun dun dun. A dwarven male who's almost dead. Ooh, an old dwarven male. That sounds interesting. Dun 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 dun. A lawful good male drow. A gif. A kenku. A tabaxi. A tortle. A lawful evil tortle. Okay, we got it. That's the one we're going with. Tortle. Lawful evil. Awesome. I love it. You guys, one of my players is now a turtle, and he's not a turtle because of his own desire. So check this out. This will be like a brief story time. So they were going against like two Ramarazes and two Ani, which are actually Ogre Maggie, but in 5th edition for whatever reason they decided to call them Ani, which I think is stupid. I don't know. I think it's dumb. I prefer Ogre Maggie. But anyway, they had a pretty hard battle against these two Ramarazes and two Ogre Maggie, and one of the players ended up dying. He was swallowed and partially digested by a Ramaraz, and the party doesn't have Revivify. The party doesn't have Raise Dead. They have nothing. They have Reincarnate. All right, and so then one of my players. So there's in the player handbook, if you do Reincarnate, there's a little table that tells you what race you come back as, right? Well, one of my players has he like Googled like an expanded race to roll on, like a table that we could roll on, and so we rolled on this table, and he came back as a turtle, which is we laugh our butts off every time Nigel. Well, actually his name isn't Nigel anymore. It was Nigel for like 2 or 3 years before he died. And then it became something else. I forget his name now. Oh, Sebastian. Sebastian is now a turtle. And so it is hilarious. It's hilarious to us. We laugh our butts off every time we talk about Nigel or Sebastian the turtle. So there you go. First turtle in one of my games. We just the idea of a turtle is just a little silly, right? We call him like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. The analogies and jokes are endless. I mean, just boom, there you go. All right, so this doesn't have to have a class. This is an NPC. I would say the vast majority of NPCs in a game world probably don't have any class whatsoever. They're just commoners, right? And they just have normal occupations and stuff like that. So what if we make an NPC who has been reincarnated at some point in the past? Well, there we go. All right, what was this NPC before he became a turtle? What race and I guess gender, because your gender can change as well, can't it? I think it might be able to. So what was his gender? Let's just say that it was a man. I don't care. What was his race before he was reincarnated is the question. Used to be a... Before he was reincarnated as a turtle. Could be a half-elf. That'd be exactly what Sebastian was. A wood elf, a tiefling, a gif female, a fire genasi, wood elf. I see 2 wood elves. A hobgoblin. Ooh, that's interesting. We do have... Oh, that, you know what? That actually makes sense because the alignment is lawful evil. And if I remember correctly, hobgoblins are lawful evil. And so that makes sense to me. We're going to go with that. Hobgoblin. Used to be a hobgoblin before he was reincarnated as a turtle. Awesome. All right, let's do some appearances. Give me something. So we know turtle, right? Turtle. We got turtle. But something distinctive about the turtle's appearance that you would describe to your players when they encounter him. We need an appearance, and give me some mannerisms as well. Let's do appearance and mannerisms together. So mannerisms are like how he acts. Like probably one of my mannerisms is that my mouth like overly enunciates everything. I get comments on my videos about that. Luke, you have such great enunciation, and your mouth is very expressive. All right, appearance. Bloodshot haunted eyes. Ooh, I like that one. I love it. Bloodshot haunted eyes. One or two more things. A spiked shell. Oh, I like that. Spiked shell. And it's gonna be spiked. Let's say that it's not like a natural spike growth. He literally had spikes like grafted to his shell. So we'll say that there are rusty iron spikes riveted to his shell. There we go. That is sounding pretty cool right there. All right, what else we got? He wears a robe with a staff, a scar, magical glasses. I don't know that I want to give the NPCs magical stuff necessarily, unless there's a reason to do so. He always looks like he's munching invisible lettuce. I love it. Let's say that he almost always is munching on lettuce, is chewing on lettuce, and he has like a pouch full of lettuce like at his side. He always has lettuce that he's going after and just munching on. So he is always munching on lettuce and talks around it. And then we'll put a note down here. That he has a large pouch of lettuce attached to his belt. Yeah, on his belt at all times. Running out of lettuce represents a dire emergency. And heads will roll. If necessary. All right, there we go. He likes his lettuce. He is overly protective of that pouch. If anybody touches that pouch, they're a dead man. He is naturally. He is overprotective of his pouch and snarls warningly at any who come near it. I love it. That is awesome. Sweet. Oh, that's a cool mannerism. He has a hiss in his voice when he talks. So he talks kind of like this, with this sort of hiss in his voice. I like it. Has a hiss in his voice. Awesome. I love that. That's cool. He's a vegan. Ooh, that's a vegan, or we'll just say vegetarian. I don't know that the distinction existed back in the day, back in medieval times. Is a vegetarian that abhors... Well, no, we'll just say vegetarian. He's a vegetarian. That's a good note. I like that. Oh, he was not just a hobgoblin, but a hobgoblin warlord. I like that. That's a good idea. Used to be a hobgoblin warlord before he was reincarnated. Why did he die? So, okay, here's an interesting point, right? So if he was a hobgoblin warlord, how did he die in order to be reincarnated? And who reincarnated him, right? Because hobgoblins don't usually, like, reincarnate each other, right? So you can see we're just kind of developing more of a little bit of a background for this NPC that may or may not come up during gameplay, but it certainly makes it more interesting than just being whatever, something dumb we just rolled out of the Dungeon Master Guide like our first one, which actually had some interesting points, but I definitely feel that this one is much cooler. Ooh, he was assassinated by a bugbear. All right, a minotaur. A band of adventurers with a paladin. These stupid paladins. Kill paladins, man. There was a plumber. Well, there was this plumber. All right, how did the plumber kill him? He was betrayed by a subordinate and then was reincarnated by an opposing faction. He betrayed a hag who cursed him to keep reincarnating into various forms. Pex the gnome, you are a winner. I'm going to copy that bad boy right there. That is a great idea. Interesting. Provocative. Is it provocative? I don't know, but it's interesting. He by a hag he betrayed. And then we will say he is cursed to keep reincarnating into various forms every few years. There we go. Giddy up. I like it. That is such a cool idea. All right. The hag's name was April. Oh, and then April of every year he's reincarnated. Okay. That might be a little cheesy, but whatever. He was reincarnated as a turtle by a hag named April, whom he betrayed. He is cursed to keep reincarnating in various forms ever on April 1st every year. There we go. Nice. I love it. Did you guys get the little April Fool's pun thing? You got that? Yeah, you got that. He has a fat turtle pony. He rides a dragon turtle. Thou hast been fooled. Every April 1st, it's like, oh no, I'm a kobold now.
That's not fair. I don't like kobolds.
Actually, I love kobolds. Kobolds are one of my favorite monsters to use. His sword should be rusted and jagged. Oh, I agree. So, appearance. So he carries a rusted and jagged sword. All right, let's move on to something else. Oh, he has a hiss in his voice. That's actually a voice note. So let's put that down there. All right, guys, let's move on to abilities, talents. Abilities and talents. Let's brainstorm some ideas about this guy's abilities and talents. I am plowing through my coffee. That is it's a good sign because I stay awake for the stream, but it's also a bad sign because it's probably gonna mean I'm gonna be going upstairs to take a little break sooner than anticipated. Name his weapons. Okay, cool. Give me some names for his sword, and we'll name his weapon. He's good at cooking food. Oh, he's very good. Oh, I like it. I like that. He's good at vegetable gardening. All right, sweet. I like that. That's a talent. Great. He is an expert gardener specializing in what? Obviously lettuce. He's definitely got to grow some lettuce. but give me some other vegetables that he might grow. Specializing in lettuce, and then blunt force trauma. Oh, is that the name of his sword? Blunt force trauma? Lettuce bringer. I love, okay, you know what? That's just such a great name. Lettuce bringer. He carries a rusted and jagged sword. We'll say this. Lettuce bringer is the name of his sword. We'll just put this down here. His rusted and jagged sword that he carries with him wherever. Oh, rusted and jagged sword that he refuses to part from. Why does he refuse to part from it? Why does he refuse to part from it? There's got to be a reason for that. There's got to be a reason that his sword is special to him. And you guys see, you just keep going down the rabbit hole. You just keep asking why, and then you brainstorm more ideas for why these things are true, right? Make him grow onions. Ooh, I like onions. Oh, he has onion breath. Oh, he has lettuce and onion breath. Specializing in lettuce, onions, and one more vegetable. Let me see if they're cabbage. Cabbage is a good. I love cabbage. Actually, my wife makes tons of stuff with cabbage. My wife is from Central America, and cabbage is like repollo, chicken. So in Spanish, cabbage is called repollo, right? And like I lived in Central America for like 4 years. Check this out. And like one of the dudes down there, this one time was telling me, he was like, oh, he was talking about repollo, talking about cabbage, and then he called it, I think I didn't know what repollo meant. So back when I just moved down there, I didn't know what it meant. And I was like, what does that mean? And the dude was like, oh, it's chicken. Because pollo, you with me? Pollo is chicken in Spanish, and so repollo is chicken, right? And so he told me, his name was Tonino. And he told me, I remember this, he's like, oh, it means it's chicken. Chicken. He's like making fun of it or whatever. He's just joking around. And I'm like, chicken? What the heck does that mean? I figured it out. Anyway, that was a tangent. What were we doing? We were brainstorming. I think we were going to do reasons. Well, we wanted to know his abilities, what he was high in and stuff. And we also wanted to know, I think I saw some things about this. Did we have something about abilities? We also wanted to know why he is particular to his sword. Donatello. His sword is Donatello. Die with his sword. I don't know. He's got to be something. He's got to have something or other. We're just going to say his abilities is high, high strength. He is very strong. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. Not super interesting, but that's life. All right, now we got some ideas for this stuff. Poison damage is if onion is onion a breath weapon, says Cameron. Ooh, Emidias says his favorite dish is kimchi, a spice-based cabbage dish. I like that idea. Oh, that's cool. We will copy paste your idea there, sir or ma'am. I don't know. Your name does not tell me. His favorite dish is kimchi. Kimchi. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's probably a real world dish from somewhere. Where we got? Let's put this up here. So let's put it after vegetarian. Everything has to do with lettuce and his vegetarianism. It drives his life. Randomly has his sword. Where is the ideas for why his sword is dear? It's the last thing he had from his hobgoblin days. He uses the sword to kill the hag when he finds her again. Yeah, I like it. You know what? I think we're going to say, that's what we're going to say. And refuses to part from it. It was the sword he was holding when the hag first cursed him and reincarnated him. And he has sworn to someday track her down and slay her with the same sword. There we go. Boom. that's the reason. That works for me. I'm happy with that. You guys are going crazy. It's a Korean spicy cabbage kimchi. Okay, cool. I like it. Yeah, he hates sea pickles. That's an interesting quirk. I like that. Where would we put that? Ideal, bond, flaw, secret. That's his flaw. His secret, he hates sea pickles. And he kills them on sight. I don't know. He hates sea pickles. There's a nice little thing for you. Let's move on to an ideal. What is important to this guy? What is something that he is willing to risk his life for or die for? Don't say lettuce. We understand lettuce. His garden would be an obvious choice. His sword, I think we've already, represented that. But what is an ideal? Something that he lives for, something that is important to him. That's kind of a bond as well. So that's a good question. What is the difference? According to the DMG, we got bonds and ideals, which seem kind of similar to me. Where is ideal? Where is ideal? Oh, so ideal is like, yeah, describe one ideal that the NPC holds dear and which governs his or her greater action. So the bond would be something like his garden or lettuce. An ideal is probably more like a concept, like a high-level concept. You can see here we got community, freedom, discovery, moderation, people, stuff like that. So like a high-level idea word, I think, is what we're looking for his ideal. You guys are just going on this kimchi stuff, his farmhouse. Ooh, that's a good idea. Ben's got a good one. His former glory and pride as a warrior is something he will defend with unrelenting fury. And he even gave me a complete sentence that I can just copy paste and call it a day. I like that. Sweet. That would be the bond. But what would be his ideal? Freedom for cats. I mean, that's important. My cats are like prisoners in my basement. They can go anywhere in the house they want to, but they just love the basement. They hang out in the basement. He will help any victim of the hag and prevent new victims. Avancor Manifold, hello! Welcome to the stream. Only the strong survive. I like it. Only the strong survive can be his ideal. Alright, cool. Let's do a flaw or secret. I'm going to be going for something interesting, something super interesting. Let's try to get a flaw or secret that's unrelated to the cabbage, vegetable, lettuce stuff. All right? Let's do that, shall we? I think we have beat to death his affinity for lettuce so far in our description of this turtle. There could only be one. He fears female magic users. What is his flaw or secret? His flaw or secret? Bad gas. Daniel, sir. Danielson. Good idea. Beat to death. Oh! He can't swim, so he's... Oh, he can't swim. That's a good idea for someone who currently a turtle. I like that. He loves the hag who cursed him. He fears ninjas. Dude, Samuel, everybody fears ninjas. Let's get real here. No ninjas. We're good. Good. Keep the stream rolling. He could be... Oh, that is a good idea, dude. A Vanavore. All right, let me try this again. Arcanivore. There we go. An ambassador of a dragon turtle. Yeah, I could say that. We could say that. Is currently serving, we'll say working as an ambassador for a dragon turtle. Named? What's the dragon turtle named? This is like a rabbit hole. I just want a cool flaw or secret. And a dragon turtle's name, and then we're going to move on to a new NPC. Although this one was really cool. He has a poor memory of past lives and often mistells his stories. That's cool. His sword has another name that he keeps hidden. He secretly wants to be a dragon turtle. A dragon turtle. Bob. Bob. Named Bob. Ooh, that's a good idea. Frickin' shark. He has PTSD. I like that. That's a good idea. Let's go with that guy right there. Sebastian. Whoop! What happened? I didn't put my cursor there. His fight against the hag has given him severe PTSD, leaving him cripplingly. I know I can pronounce this word. Cripplingly scared of Fae. Awesome. I love it. All right, we just need... what was that? Ship Flipper? Oh. Angarp Ship Flipper is the name of the the dragon drill. Angarp. The ship. Angarp Ship Flipper. Yeah, we don't need a comma there. Angarp Ship Flipper. And we will run together Ship Flipper, because that's how you do it in Dungeons & Dragons. You got, like, Hammerfell and, like, you know, Leaf Blower. All those things get run together when we're creating names for some reason in Dungeons & Dragons, because that is tradition. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do another NPC. Oh, we don't have a name for this dude. You guys, we never named this guy. What is his name? Arvanicor approves of Ship Flipper. That is great. If you had not approved, I think we would have had to... That reminds me of an approval process I have at work. Every communication that my team sends out has to go through this crazy approval process. It's like everybody's got to approve it. It's crazy. You get my whole team complaining for hours about our approval process at work. We need a name for him. A name for him. No, that's not going to be his name. Bobo? Leaf Blower? Did I say Leaf Blower? I don't think I said Leaf Blower, did I? Aardvark the Terrible. He's not an Aardvark. Lettuce Guy Mike. It's like Salesman. Gorthon Von Diablo. El Diablo ha llegado. Está aquí con su espada para matarte al hag. Oh man, that's crazy. Feldar the Shifting Man. Ooh, Felendar. I like Felendar. Felendar is a good name. Felendar? What's his last name? Felendar. We need a last name. Joe the Farmer. Bob the Builder and Joe the Farmer. Bob the Builder, Farmer. Felendar the Farmer. Felendar the Farmer. Farmer. What did he say? What did he say? You want to just do the Shifting Man? Okay. All right. Felendar Leaf Blower. The Shifting One. We'll call him Felendar the Shifting One. There we go. Because he's not technically a man by any definition at all. So there we go. Felendar the Shifting One. That is a sweet NPC. You know, I wonder if there is. Shall we see if there is a turtle image? Turtle D&D. Let's just see what we come up with here. See if we get some cool images. Oh, nice. These turtles. Nothing with a sword though. It looks like most of the turtles that I can see here have spears and tridents and stuff. It's almost like they're or a maul, a big maul or a club or something. Ooh, there's a turtle. There's a turtle picture for you. Check that bad boy out. Boom, Raphael. Oh, that looks cool. Woo, that stuff looks sweet. Anyway, like usually we're not going to do this because like I don't have copyright for these images. But generally what I would do, ladies and gentlemen, is I would take my character sheet and I would probably have a picture for it, or maybe I would just have a picture on my iPad and then I could show it to my players to show them what it looks like if I cared for it. I don't always do that. Sometimes I just purely describe the NPC or the monster. Sometimes I like to leave it up to my players' imaginations rather than giving them a picture. So there we go. I don't know where have you seen a turtle before. There are lots of turtles in the world. All right, that's the NPC. Let's go to a new page. We're doing another NPC. another NPC. Uh-oh, I didn't go to my next page. There we go. And where is my insert quick part? We're making another NPC, ladies and gentlemen. Where's my quick part? Where's my quick part? There it is. There it is. I got it. I got it. I got it. We need a... Well, I mean, we just did a mail. So we might as well just rotate, you know. So we need a race, and then we need an alignment. If you guys care about alignment. So there you go. Let us brainstorm a race and an alignment, and we could probably... What do you guys think? Does it make sense for us to do the name ahead of time or after? I almost feel like once we've kind of decided lots of details about the NPC, making up the name feels more like organic at that point, because like, you know, you have information and then you can make a name that kind of fits the NPC, which isn't realistic necessarily, because people usually get their names beforehand, but I don't know. Anyway, after I'll hear lots of afters. I agree. I think after makes more sense. Skycrafter, what up, my dude? How you doing, buddy? Wiggles says a UNT Pureblood. UNT Pureblood. All right, ladies and gentlemen. In case you are just arriving to the stream and only been here a few seconds or something, I just want to remind you that's not even the screen I wanted to show you. Where's my screen? I want to remind everybody that we're going to be doing a giveaway tonight of tactical tokens. They are the stream's sponsor. So you can check them out at a link down in the description. Get 10% off your purchase. They're basically little mini like alternatives or little tokens that you can use. You can see they got full color pictures and crap like that. They are like a little over 50 cents each, I believe. So they're super affordable and very transportable. I use them when I play at conventions because I don't want to carry all of my miniatures with me. So there you go. So we will be opening up the giveaway at some point here in the stream. The only note about this is that there is a secret word that I shall give away during the stream. In order to enter the giveaway, you got to throw in the secret word. And I will tell you at some point during the stream to do that. And we will draw the winner of the giveaway at the end of the stream, because that's how we do it around here. Only people who are here are eligible to win. Actually, you know what? Let's let you guys enter that giveaway right now. Let's get rocking on that. So let me give you a secret word. I don't know if I had decided a secret word. Sometimes I decide one. Oh, you know what? The secret word is going to be turtle. The secret word is turtle, ladies and gentlemen. Turtle. So go ahead and pop over to the giveaway in Gleam. There's a link in the description to the giveaway. You can enter it. The secret word or the secret password, whatever you want to call it, is turtle. So go ahead and throw that in there. You can enter the giveaway. There's a few other things you can do to earn additional entries in the giveaway. So go ahead and rock that on, and then I shall send you some awesome. I will send the winner some awesome tokens. There we go. Turtle. Everybody wants another turtle. Why are you typing in turtle? That's the secret word. Turtle. Everybody's just typing in turtle. Turtle. All right, we were brainstorming something. What were we brainstorming? We were brainstorming something. I should go back to the screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. Sometimes I forget to go back to the screen, and I'm like doing something over here, and then people in the chat are like, "Luke, hello, we can't see what you're doing." We had a race. We were thinking about a race. Tabaxi, Dragonborn, Tabaxi. I see lots of Tabaxi. I have seen lots of suggestions for Tabaxi. So I see Kobold too. Ooh, that's so tempting. Ooh, I love Kobolds. Let's do a Kobold. No, not a Kobold. Tabaxi. Let's do a Tabaxi. Race is Tabaxi. There we go. Just in case, if you're not familiar with what a Tabaxi is, I shall show you what a Tabaxi is. Tabaxi. Should get some nice little pictures. It's basically a cat person. So we just did a turtle person, and now we are doing a cat person, which is, you know, most of the time in my streams, my cats are like trying to kill each other. I have several cats, and they usually fight. Actually, you know what? I actually have I hooked up a room camera for you guys. I'm going to show you this real quick. One of my cats is just kind of, she's sitting here as like a cat loaf. Check out my room camera. I'm gonna adjust this for you. I made this for you guys so you can see some action if my cats were like attacking each other. But you guys can see right there, that right there is Squirty Pie. She is just chilling right there. So when my cats attack each other, Squirty Pie is usually the one that is in on the action. She is the instigator, and she's also the loud one that like cries and whines like she's being killed. And the other cat is like not even doing anything to her. She's just a big baby. So there you go. Oh, mommy's over here. Check this out. Woo! Can you see mommy? There's mommy a little bit. Check that out. It's not. You can see her head. You can see her head a little bit. Anyway, you guys are all like, Luke, we did not come to the stream to see your stupid cats. All right, but we're talking about Tabaxi. So cat cam. That's the cat cam. I need to put like an overlay on the cat cam. Amadeus says, can the Tabaxi be a rune child sorcerer? Okay, fine. You got it. Rune child sorcerer. We will throw that on our Tabaxi. Your desire has been granted. Rune child sorcerer. Interesting. I don't know what a rune child is. We'll have to figure that out. What's the alignment for the Tabaxi? Arcanivore says, I love your stupid chat. Kendrick, I came to see your cats. I cam for the cat. Awesome. Can you make a Kenku? We will make we could make something. I think we are on a trajectory for making NPCs of exotic races tonight. So Kenku could definitely be one of them. We shall see. If you're here when we brainstorm the next race and I see some Kenku action going on, then we will probably hook you up. What do we do? What are we doing? We need an alignment. Cats are super chaotic. I mean, I can definitely see chaotic or neutral or something. Cats aren't like super good or anything, but we're gonna. What do we do? So our turtle was evil. Our pirate queen was neutral. So we're gonna make a good character. We'll definitely make a good character here, and we might as well make her chaotic good. Chaotic good. There we go. Chaotic good cat. Oh, Tabaxi. I should just get a picture of my cat and like put it in the template. It's hilarious. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of my cat. You guys are like, Luke, stop it with the cat pictures. Jeez, dude, you're a Dungeons and Dragons streamer. You're not a cat streamer. This is stupid. I'm just gonna see if I got something here for you. That's a cool picture. Oh, that's good. I like it. Let me see how I do this. Save as. I think I have to download it. I have to download it. So let me show you the. Oops, that's the wrong one. Let me show you the picture I'm looking at, guys. This is the picture I have right here. We're talking about a Tabaxi, so I feel that cat pictures are very much within the scope of this conversation. All right, so this right here is the cat picture. This is a stray right now that we kind of pulled in because she was pregnant, and we're helping her with her young and stuff like that. I'm actually right now trying to. There are 4 little kittens you guys can see, and I'm trying to find. I'm bugging my coworkers like every day and showing a couple of them cat pictures, trying to get them to adopt some of my little kittens here, because we have too many cats in our house right now, and so we're trying to. See if there's a good home for these little guys. So anyway, let's download this. Download. And then we're going to go to our Word document, and we're going to insert that picture, which is in our Downloads folder. That is the picture right there. Insert. Boom. Boom shakalaka. And got it. Whatever. I don't need alternate text. Thank you very much. We want to wrap it square or wrap it tight. Look at this. It suggested alternate text. Oh my gosh, this thing is so smart. A cat lying on a bed. Oh my gosh, that is nuts. It was either Google that tagged it with that or Microsoft Word. I think probably Google did that because Microsoft Word is probably not. Microsoft is not that good of a thing. So I'm going to attribute it to Google. There we go. There's our Tabaxi picture. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with what we're here for. The appearance. I mean, so we know a Tabaxi looks like a cat, all right? But we need distinctive things for her appearance and maybe some mannerisms. So let's get some ideas for the Tabaxi's appearance and mannerisms, if you would. Wiggles says his mom used to run a foster home for cats. So our house was full of them all the time. There were times we had up to 14 cats in the house. Wow, that's crazy. I don't have that many. But man, it's hard, man, because you see like these adorable little cats and they're stray and they don't have a home and they run up to you and they're just like meow and they're hungry. And it's like how am I not going to help this adorable cat that's hungry, you know? So it's like black cat. A ring in the ear. Oh, several ear piercings. Several ear piercings. What are they called? Does anybody know what they call it? I've seen this thing where there's like a. So I'm gonna do a little full camera action here, so you can kind of see me. So there's this thing where there's like a piercing up here, and then there's like a chain that dangles down and comes to here. Does anybody know if there is a name for that type of jewelry? Does anybody know what that is called? Albino cat. I like that idea. Appearance. Albino. That's cool. Cool. What is that called? I have had cats both 64 years old. Wow. You have cats that are 64 years old? She has a crazy obsession with catnip. Oh. Mannerism. Yes, mannerism. Okay, so she is constantly sniffing catnip. And she probably so this is ripping off from our turtle, granted. But she's gonna have a pouch of catnip, or maybe she has. Oh, what are those things called? You guys know what those things are called? Where I think noble people, like noblemen and women and crap like that, used to have these like things. I think it used to have usually drugs or something in it, but they would carry it around, and every so often they would just kind of sniff it a little bit. What are those called? Anybody know what that's called? I have no idea what that is. But they carried around on like their necklace a snuff bag. Oh, okay. All right, so there we go. Carries a snuff bag around her neck full of catnip that she constantly sniffs from. All right, rock and roll. A cuff chain earring. Okay, cool. Ear cuffs. Nice. Several ear piercings, including a golden... No, let's make it silver. A silver cuff chain earring. There we go. Nice. So she's albino. She's got a bunch of cool earrings going on. I like it. That's a pretty distinctive look. All right, we need... It's called Sniffer. Somebody said something about a cat familiar. I like that idea. What is the cat familiar's name? What is the cat familiar's name? She has a cat familiar named... Actually, while you guys are brainstorming names, this is a cool story time. So the cat we have out in the garage right now, the mother cat, we don't have a name for her, but I've just been calling her Cutie. You know, because like when she was outside, I would call to her and I'd be like, Cutie! You know, and so now I'm just calling her Cutie. So we'll call her Cutie Pie, and then her kids will be like Meat Pie and Pot Pie and Apple Pie. I don't know. Just everybody's pies. Pies. Jinx. Ooh, that's cool. Cookie. Oh, Cookie. Cookie. You guys don't make me hungry. Do not make me hungry. I don't think I could effectively run a stream if I were eating something. I don't think I've tried to do that yet. But if I had a big sandwich right now, I would probably be like, while I'm trying to run a stream. That's how I roll. PewDiePie.
PewDiePie! PewDiePie!
Doesn't he have this? Doesn't he have this like high voice and stuff when he does his little thing?
PewDiePie!
Cindy Crawford. Oh, you got it. Who won that? Wiggles. Wiggles in the house. He got it. A cat familiar named Cindy Crawford. You're the man, Wiggles. That's sweet. All right. Somebody keeps saying sneeze. Cheesy tails. Cheesy tails. Dude, what up, man? Like, seriously. Like, the connection with cat, right? Cheesy tails. I'm thinking of an orange tabby cat. Like, check this out. Check this out. Orange tabby. I can spell. Orange tabby. There we go. Cheesy tails. All right, let's get enough cat pictures. We're done with cat pictures. My retention is dropping off. Everybody's like, I'm out of here. This is not a Dungeons and Dragons stream. They're just talking about cats. This is lame. All right, we need to keep going. A voice. What kind of voice would a tabaxi have who's constantly sniffing catnip? I almost feel like the influence. She's under the influence of catnip at all times. I feel like that would somehow influence her voice, perhaps. Like the way that she talks. So what can we get going on with that? Also, let's start thinking about her talents. So her voice and her talents, things that she's good at as a tabaxi. And now she is a sorcerer. We know she's a rune child sorcerer. Her abilities, I mean, it's stereotypical, but we'll probably say that she has a high dexterity. Well, actually, she's a sorcerer. So it would actually be cool if she had a low dexterity as a tabaxi. She's a klutz. She wasn't good as a thief or anything like that in her society, so she became a sorcerer. Well, she probably manifested the abilities. But let's say that she has a high... Well, if she's a sorcerer, I think she has to have a high charisma. That's because, you got to min-max that bad boy. Min-max that sorcerer. High charisma, low dexterity. We'll just throw that out there. There's probably a story behind that. All right, let's see. Voice. A high piccolo voice. I don't know what a piccolo... I know what a piccolo is a musical instrument. I don't know what that would sound like. A small drawl. There's a small drawl to their speech. So she speaks with a small drawl. I'm also throwing in a lisp. A lisp as a bonus speech. A drawl. I like that. I like that she speaks with a small drawl. What else? One other thing. Fairly deep and raspy. So she speaks very raspy. And there's this drawl to it. This raspy voice with a drawl. That is how she talks. I don't know. I'm just pulling things out there. Speaks with a drawl. Let's see. So we'll say... Speaks with a drawl... How do I describe that? Raspy and speaks with a drawl. There we go. Jittery. Yeah, I can imagine she's like sniffing like the catnip, and she gets all like jittery and stuff. I think that would be her mannerisms. That would be like she's constantly very jittery. Always very jittery from the catnip. There you go. Like before battle, she sniffs the whole pouch. And then she's like, woo, ready to go. All right, talent. Were we talking about talents? I needed some talents. Talents. An English accent. I can't do an English accent. So that means cats give Luke disadvantage wisdom rolls. They probably do. What is her talent? We need a talent for her, and we're going to need an ideal as well. But let's do a talent. We could probably... So she is a sorcerer. She has a cat familiar named Cindy Crawford, and she wears a bunch of earrings and stuff. What is her talent? An actor feat. Ooh, she's a good actor. She plays a piccolo. Sleight of hand. Well, she has a low dexterity. I have pinned her as low dexterity, so I feel like her sleight of hand would probably not be very good. She crafts shiny things. Herbalist. She does small crimshaw with her claws. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. Growing plants. Our the turtle we just made grows plants. So I want to keep things a little different, a little spicy, spice it up. Lock picking with her claws. That's interesting. That's actually, I like that idea. We're gonna say I like that. She is good at can pick locks with her claws. One more thing. One more interesting thing. She's a nice cook. Oh, you guys are making me hungry. Enough with the food. Do not brainstorm delicious food in the chat. All right? That is a mandate. Moderators, do I have any moderators? Moderators? do not let them brainstorm food in the chat. I mean, lockpicking, I agree, dude. Lockpicking is dexterity based. I agree with that. What was your idea? What was your idea? She can jump twice as high when frightened. Okay. Can jump twice as high. We'll just say that she can jump twice as high as normal. Maybe just as normal, you know. Otherwise, I can see somebody role playing this, you know, intentionally getting frightened just so I can have some super jumping abilities. But that's a cool idea. She can do calligraphy with her claws. Oh, that's a cool idea too. I like that. Bum bum bum. She likes to eat old stinky fish. Oh, that is a flaw or a secret right there. She loves to eat old stinky fish. So let's say that she keeps old stinky fish wrapped up in her backpack. As a result, a foul odor what do you want to call it? Surrounds her. But she is constantly casting prestidigitation. I'm slaughtering that word. To counter the smell. Something like that. I don't know how to spell that word. Oh, there we go. Microsoft Word saved me. Spell check saved me. All right, that's cool. What were we brainstorming? A talent. We got a talent. We got a flaw now. We need to do an ideal. So an ideal is a high-level thing, like she's a change or creativity or honor or charity or the greater good. It's something that she kind of lives for, that governs her greater actions according to the Dungeon Master Guide. So what is her ideal? What is her ideal? Dun, 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 dun. A foul odor permeates her. Yeah. Worships the Cat Lord? Who is the Cat Lord? Who is the Cat Lord? She can tattoo with her claws. Oh, that is so cool. I like that idea. You know what? Let's say that she can tattoo. She is an exceptional tattoo artist and uses her claws. We'll say using her claws. There you go. I like that. That's really cool. I spelled tattoo wrong? How do you spell tattoo? Oh, I got two T's. Luke does not know how to spell. Fortunately, Microsoft Word saves me. To be redeemed by society. I saw no limits up there. Ideal. She guides the lost to safety. That's pretty good. I like that one. We're going to do that one. We're going to do the ideal. She guides the lost to safety. Okay. Bond. Now here we go. Bond. What is she dedicated to? What does she live her life for? What is the one thing she would die for? She's something or other. Let's get a bond. What is her bond? Oh, there you go. That's a way to get my attention, Emerald. Throwing a bunch of cat emojis in the chat. She has a son that is adopted, and he is a dragonborn named Tamorx. All right, cool. You got it. That's a cool little detail to put in. Oh, I'm trying to copy paste here. That is a cool detail to put. Oh, apparently I'm copying all of the cat emojis as well. Did that work? There we go. That's awesome. Let's put a space there. You just go. We got a bunch of cat emojis now. somebody who was not on the live stream is gonna download this and they're gonna be like, "What the heck did they do? What the?" All right. What are we doing? We're doing a bond. What is her bond? What is her bond? Something she's dedicated to, something she loves, something she would die for. I don't know. Something important to her. What's her bond? She loves children. I'm about to roll on the table. Her kid, her children, her son, lost children. Ooh, okay. We're gonna say her son and lost children. There we go. Oh, let's say that her child was lost. There we go. She has a son that is adopted. She has a dragonborn son named Tormox that she adopted after having found him alone and hungry on the streets. There we go. Bam! Lots of cat emojis in the chat. Rocking the cat emojis. She's dedicated to finding the world's rarest trinkets. That's interesting. She wants to catch the biggest, stinkiest fish. That's like her secret. That's part of her secret. She loves to eat old, stinky fish. And, fishes a lot in the hopes of catching a particularly stinky breed. There you go. I don't know if there's a certain breed of fish that stinks more than others. But there we go. All right, what do we got here? Do we have anything else we need to talk about this tabaxi? Any other notes? Anything else we want to pin to her that we think is interesting? We didn't talk about the fact that she's a rune child sorcerer. So first of all, what does a rune child mean? What does that actually mean? Give her a fishing rod. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So what does rune child mean? I don't even know what that is. Somebody suggested rune child. I think that person is on the hook for telling us what rune child actually means. She carries a what do you want to call it? A collapsible fishing pole in her backpack. What does rune child mean? I have no idea what that means. I have no idea whatsoever what that means. Ooh, oh, that's a good idea. Birdie 8878 says her son was taken from her by a Rakshasha. Ah. Ooh, her real son. Oh. There we go. Copy paste. Her natural born son, we'll say her natural born son was taken from her by her albino rival. An albino Rakshasha who wants her son to become as evil as him. Oh, wow. So then, obviously she is on a quest to get her son back. But she doesn't know where to start. Nice. I like it. That's pretty cool. Random Twin says he Googled it for me. What did you Google for me? Oh, did you throw it in the chat somewhere? Okay, so Random Twin says, from the Arcana Evolved Wiki, A rune child is a creature granted supernatural powers in order to act in the best interests of the world. Ooh. All right, we're gonna put that here, just parenthetically, so that we there we go. So the question is, who granted her supernatural powers, and why? Like, is there a specific thing that her supernatural powers, her sorcerer powers, are granted to her? That's the question. I should look this up on the wiki. What was it? A rune child. Let's see. Let us see what we find. Rune child. D&D 5th edition has something about a rune child. Here's the Arcana Evolved fandom. Dun dun dun. All right, I'm not gonna read all this. This is too much reading. Too much reading. Too much reading. They get like bonuses and stuff like that. Oh, okay. So this is apparently it's like a race. Maybe it's considered to be a race. Would be my guess. Possibly, if they're getting special abilities and stuff, it would be like a race or something. So, all right. Why is she a rune child? A god could have given her those powers. Something besides. Okay, we're losing this. Goodbye. I don't want to see ads popping up and flashing at me. Why is she a rune child? Who gave her abilities as a rune child? That is the question before us. We need to answer that question. I need more coffee. So while you guys are answering that question, I am getting more coffee. Oh, and by the way, if you've just joined us, make sure that you hop in on our giveaway. There's a link in the description if you want to win some tactical tokens. And you're gonna need the password or the secret word, which is turtle. So if you're just joining us, jump in on the giveaway and you can win some of these tokens. And while you're doing that and giving me interesting ideas for why she is a rune child, I'm getting coffee. Coffee. Cat cam. Oh, you want me to turn the cat cam on? Cat cam. It's cat cam time. Stand by. There actually is a cat. There is a cat in the cat cam. There you go. Squirty. Here she comes. Squirty. Oh, Guapo's coming. Oh, you guys, Guapo's coming. Guapo's coming over too. Guapo. Let's see. Here's Guapo. This right here is Guapo in the cat cam. You can see my chair. I need a new chair, apparently. Guapo cat. Okay, not on the live stream. Look at that. Come on, not on the live stream. There's the cat cam. Cat cam for you. There you go. All right, what is the name? It's like, all right, Luke, enough with the cats. What is the name? Or no, not the name. Why is she a rune child? We needed some ideas. The hag that reincarnated the turtle. The one of them was Guapo and the other one was Squirty Pie. Hashtag catcam time. Birdie's like, wow. It's like he's a D&D streamer and he has a cat cam. Blacksmith Bones, welcome back. Thank you for helping your friend with D&D stuff. All right. I think a couple people said, oh. That's an idea. Our carnivore says, so what if it is a motherly deity that gave her those divine soul sorcerer abilities because of her devotion to the motherless children of the world? I like that. That's a good idea. Let's do that. That makes sense. That totally makes sense according to the other information that we currently have. So let's put this down here. What is the name of a motherly deity? We need the name of a motherly deity. I think in Forgotten Realms, there is definitely a deity, a motherly deity, like the deity of the world. Who is that called? I don't know. We could just make up a name, too. Yeah, that's it. Chantia? Shantia or Chantia? Yeah. The deity Chantia or something? It's something like that. The Wild Mother. Ooh. I think it's Chantia or something like that. I think that's pretty close. Shantea. Yes, there we go. Shantea. That is how you spell that. Shantea. Gave her, so we'll say, made her a rune child with divine soul sorcerer abilities because of her devotion to the motherless children of the world. Awesome. I like it. Dun 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 dun. Shantia. Shantia. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce these things. Shantia. It could be Shantea, Shantia. Yeah, I'm a horrible speller too. Yeah. Okay, I think we're done with this. Let's do another one. I think we are name. We haven't done a name. We need to name our NPC, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get cracking. We need a name. Female Tabaxi. She is always sniffing catnip. She is an exceptional tattoo artist. She is devoted to guiding the lost to safety. She has a cat familiar named Cindy Clawford, and a dragonborn son named Tormox. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It definitely is interesting. Sandy Claws, Cheesy Tails. Dude, you can't just name the NPC after yourself. It's not the way it works around here. I mean, it could. Somebody's like, Kenku, I want you to do a Kenku. We'll have to see. Mittens. Courtney Katz. Maggie. I don't think we're going to call her Cheesy Tails, dude. I'm just saying. Carp Claws. That's a good one. Carp Claws. Sweet. I don't know, because Cheesy Tails, dude. Like, if you wanted your name to be somebody, it would have been her familiar. Her familiar could be called Cheesy Tails, because that, like, it's a familiar. You normally call cats stupid names. Like my cats. One's name is Guapo. I have Squirty Pie and Squeaky and Orange and Mommy and Tay-Tay and Cutie. I mean, those are the types of names you give to cats. Meownal. Ragnar Prissy Pants. I like it. Meownal. Meownal. We'll just call her. Whoa. We'll call her Meownal. Meownal. There we go. No vowels in there. Just a bunch of hard consonants, all kind of strung together. So figure that one out. Does she have a last name? Meownal Calypso. There you go. Snowpaw. Ooh, Snowpaw. Yeah, because she's an albino. I like it. Snowpaw. Perfect. Meownal Snowpaw. Rock and roll. There's our NPC. We even have an image, a cool image of our NPC. All right, we have only created 3 NPCs tonight. Let's do another one. Somebody kept bothering, like somebody was going crazy for a Kendu. Was that the name of it? Is it a Kendu? Something like Prissy Pants? Why Prissy Pants? Dragonborn. I don't know. Kenku. Somebody wants a Kenku. What do you guys think? Kenku, Dragonborn. I see some Kenkus. I see a bunch of Kenkus. Ooh. A Kenku. Well, you can't the same person can't just keep typing in Kenku like a bajillion times. And then that doesn't work. It's not how voting works. That's when you rig the ballots. All right, we got to get our template. Where is our template? Quick parts. NPC template. There it is. There it is. Dun, 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 dun. Plain old human. You know, I see a bunch of a Kenku Dragonborn mix. A Dragonborn Kenku. That's interesting. All right, you won. It's a Dragonborn Kenku mix. And what's the race? It looks like we did a female last time, so we're doing a male this time. Male dragon Kenku mix and mix. This appearance, we'll have to give a nice a description to this appearance. What about alignment? Jason S, see you later, buddy. Thanks for joining us. What about alignment? Dragonku. Kenku born. A rogue. A Kenku Dragonborn. I don't think alignment. Does alignment matter? Do we care? Chaotic evil? Could be chaotic evil. We haven't done that. The half dragon template thing can be applied to any humanoid. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're not super concerned about statting it or anything like that, right? We're just generating ideas because these are NPCs. You know, we're not necessarily we're not creating monsters and stuff like that for combat. So, but you could definitely apply the half dragon template to something. Silver lawful good. True neutral. I'm just picking one. True neutral. You got it. True neutral. Appearance. What does she look like? I feel like in this case, because we're doing a Dragonborn Kenku mix, that it is probably important for us to consider what she actually looks like. You know, like how does that work? Do you have like, you know, wait, Kenku don't have feathers, do they? Kenku are like birdless, they're featherless, aren't they? So I think that you're probably gonna look like you probably have some scales going on, you know, but like maybe it's like splotchy scales. So they're like some scales on some parts of your body, other parts are just like, you know, kind of hairless and featherless, you know. Yeah, that does sound cool. I like that. She has hairless, featherless skin with patches. What color scales? Of some color with patches of something color scales scattered randomly over his body. What color? Silver, silver, silver. His name is Tormox. We already did Tormox. Green. I see a bunch of greens. You said girl. I did say girl, but I misspoke because we did a female last time. Our Tabaxi was a female, so we're gonna do a male this time. The feathered dinosaur is the one I've been repeating. Okay. I know I don't know how to pronounce that, dude. The Archaeopteryx. I have no idea how to pronounce that. You want me to like use a word I can't pronounce, and I'm gonna look like a moron. I look like a moron a lot of time anyway, so it doesn't matter. Joshua Salt is on. Sweet. Welcome, Josh, to the stream. I'm hungry. Josh is a little late joining us because he was eating dinner, which makes me think of food. I think we're gonna do green. Rusted copper green. Got it. Rusted copper green scales scattered randomly over his body. Marcus, thanks, buddy. My advice is entertaining and fun. Awesome. I'm happy to be fun. Being fun usually just means acting like a moron most of the time for me. That's how I do it. Oh, there. One of my cats is making noise. Cat cam! Cat cam time! What is she doing? You can't really see her. She's like hiding behind some boxes. Josh, we have a cat cam tonight. Did you know that? You're just joining us. We have a cat cam. Check this stuff out, dude. I'm going to show you my cat cam. Where is this? The cat cam. Here's the cat cam. Woo! Check, this is the cat cam. This is Guapo. Guapo! Guapo! Yeah. Guapo! He's gonna roll. Oh, he's rolling! He's rolling! You guys, he's rolling! Guapo's rolling! Oh, Guapo. Guapo. That is our cat cam. You guys can see my chair. I need a new chair. This is a cat chair, okay? So check this stuff out. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens to your chair when you have lots of cats. Okay? They do not respect the chair. I intend to get a new chair. I actually bought a chair. I bought a new chair for my I bought one of these like cool streamer chairs, these blue awesome looking streamer chairs, and it was not very comfortable. I did not enjoy sitting in that chair. And so I gave it to my daughter and she likes it. I pawned it off on her. I'm like, "Hey, you want this chair?" And she's like, "Okay." She didn't really have a good chair. Guapo is getting paid for his participation. I am petting him. He has been rubbing up against my leg for quite some time now, and so I've just kind of been giving him I've been petting him a little bit so that he like doesn't bite me. Where were we? That was a tangent. Wow. The cat cam totally threw us on a tangent. Emidia says we're no longer on Tabaxi. No more cat cam. All right. Luke rolled a nat 20 on charisma to get Kitty to roll over. This cat just randomly just flops down and like rub my belly. All right. Anyway, we're doing a Dragonborn Kenku mix, and we have a pretty good description. Hairless, featherless skin with patches of rusted copper green scales scattered randomly over his body. He's flopped down again. So that's pretty cool. I like that as an appearance. What about mannerisms? Mannerisms for this Kenku and a voice. That's a good question. Can the Kenku actually speak? Because it's only half Kenku, right? I mean, part of it is Dragonborn. So typically Kenku have this thing where they only repeat what they've heard, right? So scratches his scale patches. Oh, that's a good idea. Mannerisms. Constantly scratching his scale patches. I love it. I love it. Boop, 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 boop. He swallows food whole by throwing his head back. That's cool. I like that. When eating, swallows food whole by throwing his head back. That's awesome. I like that. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Cat Cam. Oh, apparently Cat Cam stands for Certified Awesome Tarrasque Centrally Awful Melancholy. All right. Always checking for parasites in their feathers. Kenku, no feathers on the Kenku, but that's funny anyway. Parasites, like pick it out. Woo-hoo-hoo. I don't know what that is. Maybe he wears extremely thick clothes because he's ashamed of his appearance. Yeah, that's good. So appearance. So we will say wears thick robes to cover his hairless feathered skin. That has patches of rusted copper green scales scattered randomly over his body. Awesome. We will say that he is embarrassed by his abnormal appearance and doesn't like going out in public unless fully covered. Something like that. Dang it. That sucks. We're just kind of waiting for it. Hey! It looks like I'm back. It looks like I've reconnected. I'm still... Wow, I am dropping tons of frames. YouTube is just like... It's either YouTube or it's my internet. I don't know what it is, but it is not happy. It's not happy at all, but at least it looks like I'm back. OBS tells me that I'm dropping lots of frames. Lots of frames. So I don't know why. Do not know why. I have no idea. I have a really fast internet connection too that I intentionally bought so that I could stream. And you no idea whether it is YouTube, something on YouTube's end, or whether it's something on my end. It's probably my end because OBS tells me I'm dropping frames. So I don't know. Did I? I froze like 3 times. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm already paying off the wazoo for a fast speed, so I don't know what the dealio is. All right, anyway, we're back on. We're back on. Just see where my cats are. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get this party on the road. Back on the road. We were talking about it could be YouTube. I don't know. I have no idea whose fault it is. Anyway, where is our thingy bobber? Where is our Word document? Okay, the stream status is now okay according to YouTube. I gotta change my screens. Gotta change my screens. I need a new wazoo. I will not argue that point, Michael. See you later, is Lacus. Thanks for joining us. All right, so we have this Dragonborn. Very cool. What about the voice? What special things can we do about his voice? How does he talk? Like when I'm talking like this Dragonborn, when I'm role playing this Dragonborn, what special notes can we make for his voice? And we also need to think about his abilities. Like, is there one of his abilities, like strength, dexterity, etc., that's super high, and one that is low? Anything we can talk about there? Oh, yeah, you know what, you said that before. So we can put that up. We can put that up here. We can say mannerisms. He tends to repeat himself a lot. There we go. Very deep and croaky. It's low. The Kenku curse. He speaks as though he is talking in reverse. Oh, that would be hard. Squeaky whistles.
Squeaky whistles. The squeaky whistling.
I don't even know if I can do that.
Squeaky whistling.
It's like a high pitched voice. Squeaky whistling. I don't know if I can do a low pitched squeaky whistling. I think you almost have to be high pitched to do a squeaky whistle, almost. Low charisma. I would venture. Yeah, low charisma makes sense. Definitely, I think low charisma because how shy and stuff he is. I like the idea of a squeaky whistle. Good luck doing that voice at the table. That'd be really weird. That's pretty cool. Huh, that's a cool idea. His voice is creaky as if his windpipe is semi-broken, but his lungs are very strong and can shout loudly. That's a cool idea, man. He slurs his speech like a sloth. You almost sound like Snagglepuss. What is Snagglepuss? That's like you guys are like, Luke, you don't know who Snagglepuss is? Don't know who Snagglepuss is? I'm gonna have to look it up. Snagglepuss. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon thing. Okay, all right, everybody. Apparently it's from the Pink Panther. I am not a well-rounded, worldly individual. Snagglepuss is from the Pink Panther, an old cartoon cat. Is it the Pink Panther? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's not the Pink Panther, but it looks like it. It's a pink cat, which certainly looks like a Pink Panther to me. But I don't know. All right. We got a low charisma, squeaky whistle. He's a talented poet with a delicate heart. Ideals. What is his ideal? We don't have. So we need to think some more about this NPC, like some notes about him. We need to get into his background a little bit. Like, what does he do for a living? We need to like brainstorm some more details about him. I feel like we have a good start, but I feel like we're missing some stuff here to make him interesting and well-rounded. So we just need like random ideas that can go along with what we've already come up with for our NPC. Cheesy Tales. He thinks all regular Dragonborns and Kenku are freaks. Possibility. Ooh, he should always be looking for a cure for his condition. Maybe he wants to take the scales off. Yeah, I like that. is looking for a way to cure his condition. Specifically, he wants to remove the scales from his body and grow hair. It's like hairless with like patches of scales and stuff. Awesome. Oh, that's interesting. He's good with disguise kits and makeup for theater groups and plays because he's used to hiding himself away. Oh, that's good. I like that idea, Joan, and I also like the idea of saying that he is part of a theater group. Theater group. He's part of a theater group and does the performers makeup and costumes. He also does voice work. Did we have a good voice? Talented poet? No, we didn't say he had a good voice or anything. So we'll just say that right there. And what did you say? All right, we copied that in. He's good with disguise kits and makeup because he's used to hiding himself away. I like that idea. So now he works for a theater group. He's a talented poet. Awesome. Awesome. He was an accident. Thanks, Cheesy Tails. He lives in a barren marsh, devoid of humanoids. Well, he's in a theater group now. He's a fan of puppeteers. Oh, ooh. He is in love with one of the puppeteers in the theater group. What is the name of the theater group? We need a name for the theater group, and we also need a name for the puppeteer that he is in love with. What is her name? What is the name of the theater group? We need a name for the theater group, and we need a name for the puppeteer that he is in love with. Ooh, that's a good idea. He wants a lead role, but hesitated due to confidence and his appearance. Oh, I like that. That's a good idea. We're going to copy-paste that over there. Joan is just full of good ideas tonight. Yeah, keep using her stuff. She's like, you know what? I want royalties for the stuff right here because I'm contributing half of the ideas. He wants a lead role, but is hesitant due to confidence and his appearance. All right, cool. Blank Moon. Mushasha. Gonzo's Goblin Circus. I like that. The Charlatan's Cross. Petunia. Oh, that's it. Michael, you got it. Petunia Rabblebacks. That is the name of the puppeteer. So we're going to use that for the name of the puppeteer. And I kind of like that circus name up there. Mufasa. Say my name, Mufasa. Still sorts of... I'm going to go with that one. Gonzo's Goblin Circus. That's pretty cool. So does that mean that everybody's a goblin? Are most of the performers goblins? I think they are. Most of the performers in the circus, in the theater group, are goblins. And I think he's in love with a goblin. A goblin named Petunia Raxelbacks. Foxy Cleopatra. Who is that? That's from a movie or something, isn't it? That sounds familiar. Austin Powers or something like that. He secretly has acting skills. Mufasa. That's why I think he should be able to do voice work, because Kenku can mimic anything they hear. He could do voiceovers. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right, dude. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so talent. His talent is he's a talented opponent with a delicate heart, and he is great at mimicking voices, which doesn't come as a shock because he is part Kenku. Does voiceover work for the theater group due to his skills, his inherent skills as half Kenku. All right, rock and roll. I love it. The goblins adopted him as a hatchling. Yes, that's a great idea. So we will say he was abandoned by his mother as a hatchling, and a theater group found him starving on the streets and took him in. There we go. Bam. That is awesome. That is, now we have a cool backstory and some really interesting stuff going on. And now we're starting to get where we have something really interesting and about this NPC. So I like this. Now we're rocking and rolling. Really cool. A bond. So I think his bond, so he would do anything for the theater group that saved him as a child. That's his bond. Anything. Theater group. I'm down. Flaws and secrets. Flaws and secrets. Secret. Oh, Kata. Kata has a secret. What does it say? Wrote their most popular play, but is too shy and nervous to claim ownership of the story. That's a good secret. I like that. All right, we got a secret. Wrote the theater group's most popular play, but is too shy and nervous to claim ownership of the story. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Ideal. What is it? What is ideal? We need an ideal. No. The flaw is not that. I don't think we can have him be like hating goblins. If a goblin circus like adopted him, he's gonna, and he grew up as a child with them, he's not gonna hate goblins. I don't see that. It doesn't seem to fit. Right? You could do that, but we're gonna pass on that one. Sorry. Okay. No, not doing that one. Secret. He's devoted himself to the teachings of Tiamat. He seeks her power to protect the goblins. Ooh, that's interesting. That's an interesting secret. His appearance. He is labeled as a carny. I don't know what that means. Dun, dun, dun. He's not so true neutral anymore. Recompense returning kindness. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, random twin. That is a good ideal. I like it. You know what, you guys, we got stuff filled in. We have a really interesting story for this NPC. I think that we are ready to give him a name. Name that NPC. Name that NPC. Let's see what you guys got. Haha. Resist looting like the goblins. NPC. Name. We need a name. Screech, Preston, Rast the Nameless. Love anime. Gangoritoral. It's like gangrene. It sounds like gangrene. Which kind of fits with like his condition, right? Merrick the Unlucky, Lark the Half-Breeze. All right, Emerald, see you later. Thanks for joining us. Gabolo. Nice. Sweetness. By the way, I think I think after this NPC, we're going to draw the winner of our giveaway as well. So if you have not entered the giveaway yet, I suggest you do so. There is a link down in the description to the giveaway, and you're going to need to enter the stream password Tortle for the giveaway. So go ahead and do that if you haven't done that. If you've just joined us recently, we're giving away some tactical tokens. But damn, right there, that's what we're giving away. So, and we need a name. Lots of names here. All right, I'm looking. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I want some food. Gangrene. We can't call him Gangrene. He would change his name. Aaron Gambles. I'm just like trying to find one that really like Skimia. Jeez. Shriek the Freak. Ooh. Laurette. Oh, that's interesting, Wiggles. Donald Silverwing. Goblik. Scales. Scales. Oh, that's interesting. That way he would be like self-conscious of his name even if he's called Scales. Sketch. Ooh, sketch sounds interesting. I kind of like the way sketch sounds. Merrick. I think I like sketch. I don't know, for some reason. For some reason, sketch is just kind of, go grab a sandwich real quick. Marcus is like, dude, Luke, you need a sandwich. You're not yourself when you're hungry. I want to call him Sketch. I don't know. I feel like sketch is happening. Scritch River. Scales and Feathers. All right, we have a Sketch as the name. That's what we picked. All right, you guys ready to do the giveaway? I think we're done with this NPC. We have a really good, really fleshed out information for this NPC. So I really like this. And there we go. We made 4 NPCs today. Lori the Pirate Queen. Felendar the Shifting One. This is a really cool one too. Felendar the Shifting One. That's a turtle, right? Yeah, the turtle is really sweet. I like that one a lot. Melonal Snowpaw is pretty cool too. The stinky fish wrapped up. And Sketch. I think these two are the standouts for sure. Felendar the Shifting One and then Sketch, I think, really rock for the ones we came up with here. All right. Are we good with it? A giveaway? Are we ready to draw a winner for our giveaway, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're ready. I'm ready. We are ready. Dun, 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 dun. I think what we're going to do is, if you guys are game, what I might do is, after the giveaway, just open it up for just question and answer or something. I feel like I'm kind of done with the NPC stuff for tonight. Like, I think we did enough of that, and we've done it for a couple hours. So I think after the giveaway, I will just open it up to a question and answer. So if you have a question, then the way to ask a question is to type in what do we do? Hashtag question, all caps, and then throw out a question. Dungeon mastering questions, D&D questions, like almost anything. I don't care. Probably D&D related would be good. RPG related, I don't know. Something like that. But we'll probably do that for a little bit after we get done with the giveaway. So there we go. Well, let's find a giveaway winner. A giveaway winner. By the way, guys, real quick, if you enjoy the content I create and you want to support the channel, then there are a couple links down in the description. I have a Patreon. You can join us over there. And I also have I create adventures over on DriveThruRPG. There's a link down below that you can check those out as well. And also remember to join us on Discord. I have a Discord community of Dungeon Masters, mostly Dungeon Masters, new Dungeon Masters, veteran Dungeon Masters, and our community is dedicated to helping each other out. So please join us over there and join the fun, join the party, if that is your thing. And without further ado, and no more plugs, let's do our giveaway. We're going to draw a winner. We're drawing a winner. Wiggles has already got a question. He's like, are you going to eat as soon as the stream is over? Yes. I definitely will. Usually that's what I do. Usually after the stream is over, I go scrounge around in the refrigerator. A Pantheon creation stream. Yes, That's a good idea, Random Twin. Hold on a second. I'm going to make a note of that. A Pantheon creation stream. Pantheon creation. We could probably do something like that. I'll make a note of it for a future stream. All right, we're going to draw our winner now. Draw winners. I'm going to make sure that the winner... I used to have this displayed up on the screen when I was drawing it, but it does display the person's email, and so I don't want to, display everybody's private information. So I do it privately now. You got to trust me that I'm not cheating. All right, we're drawing one winner for the tokens. Grab a Snickers bar. I wish I had Snickers bar. I don't really have, I do have a little bit of candy upstairs, but it's not a Snickers bar. We're drawing. All right, and now we are going to confirm that this person is eligible. That is eligible. Let us see. We need to check eligibility. This person entered in Tortle, and it looks like this person is eligible. All right, the winner of the giveaway is Lori Z. Lori Z. Are you in the stream? Lori Z. I put in the chat right there. Who is Lori Z? Are you in the chat? You don't have to be. You don't have to be. If you're not here, then I'll reach out to you by email, and I will ask you where I'm going to ship the tokens. So there you go. I don't know if Lori is still with us, but if you are, congratulations. All right, guys, that's it. We did our NPCs. I will put the NPCs down in the there's a link down below in the description. It's not up to date right now, but I will update the link down there so that you can get these NPCs, download them, and do what you want with them. So there you go. And we're doing Q&A now for a little bit until I want to go to bed. So that might last for who knows how long. Hashtag question: what early encounters do you normally give to your players? Kobolds are great. I almost always do kobolds. I love kobolds. Honestly, I just go through the monster manual and stuff, and I just find CR 1/4 or 1/8 creatures, and I just pick some interesting ones. But I usually do kobolds. I love kobolds. Marcus says, I'm a new player to D&D with a good dungeon master. The problem is I can't tell how spell slots work. Yeah. So a spell slot, basically you have a certain number of spell slots. Say you have 3 first level spell slots. When you cast a spell, you use a spell slot, and now you only have 2 first level spell slots. And when you cast another spell, that's the wrong finger. Luke just flipped off the stream. Then you have another spell slot. And then when you cast 3, the spell slots are gone, and generally you need to take a long rest before you get them back again. And that's how spell slots work. I hope that answers your question. What's your favorite Wizards 5th edition module? Let me see. Let's look at the ones. Not Princes of the Apocalypse, I can tell you that. Tales from the Yawning Portal is not anywhere near the top of my list. There are at least a couple of the adventures in there that I do not care for at all. I'm currently running Against the Giants, and I do not care for it either, for various reasons. So basically, you asked me what my favorite is, and I'm telling you all the ones that I don't like. So I did a little bit of Prince of the Apocalypse, and it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't horrible. I think part of it was I didn't do it very well. I think I failed on a couple of fronts in implementing it. So I think that was partially the problem with that. But Tales from the Yawning Portal, just some of them are good. Don't get me wrong. There's one about a forge, the Forgotten Forge, I think it's called. That one's really good. But there are some other ones in there that are just, so I don't like that one. You know what? I'll tell you what. Right now, I think my current favorite is probably Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Because it's a mega dungeon crawl, but there are different factions in the dungeon. There are each level. First of all, the levels are big, but each level has a bunch of different areas basically, and there's story there. There's lots of story, and there's lots of interesting stuff going on in there. And so I think I'm liking Dungeon of the Mad Mage, but it's a really long dungeon. So you might do something if you don't want to have one big huge dungeon crawl where they just keep going level by level by level, you might take the different levels and just make them different areas or locations or dungeons that your players might go and explore. That way they're not just going down one stinking dungeon, which could be interesting too. If that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just an idea, a thought that came to my mind. All right, are my moderators, do we have a spreadsheet tonight, guys? Do we have a spreadsheet at all? Do I have any moderators? Usually my moderators will throw all the questions in a spreadsheet where I can read them. If there is a spreadsheet, then throw me a link in our Discord, if you would, in our deputy lounge. I would appreciate that, because a bunch of questions coming in. What are some things I should expect when running an escape adventure? Expect the escapees to get away. Like, the person gets away. If they're chasing something, then that thing might get away. If your players are trying to escape, then you need to account for failure. What happens if they fail? What happens if they don't get away? Something. Don't assume that they'll get away, because they might not. You need to think through those things and be prepared for them, I think. Which was your favorite character, the one you fell in love with, his backstory, and enjoy every second of playing it? I have not been a player very often at all. I have not been a player much at all in my dungeon mastering career. I don't play much. I don't think that I have had a player I fell in love with. And besides which, my players die. Like, when I'm playing a character, they die really fast. I'm reckless and take dumb risks and usually get myself killed very quickly. Depends on the dungeon master. Some dungeon masters don't usually kill you. But I played with one dungeon master who definitely killed you if you were dumb. And I was dumb a lot. And I deserved it. So I did not get attached. I made my very first character with him. Like, I made this elaborate backstory. And then the character died. And then after that, I don't even think I bothered with backstories. Because I was just like, I'm going to die a lot. So I don't know that I care. What do you do to come up with good story plots? I just think. I don't know. I just think about it. Usually I comb through the monster manual or Volo's Guide to Monsters, and I just think. I find a villain, and I think what this villain, what his goals are, what he desires to do, what he's trying to accomplish, and then what resources he has at his disposal. What is he doing in the world to add conflict that the players are going to intersect with and have to confront? And I don't know. A lot of times, honestly, story points in my games come from things that my players do. They do something in the game world, and then I grab onto that, and then I spin it off into something that's a consequence of that. Not necessarily a bad consequence, but something that happened as a result of their actions in the game. And I think a lot of the fun things that we do are not a result necessarily of my ideas as a dungeon master, but they're a result of things my players did that I get a cool idea, of how I can take that thing and twist it into something cool for them. So that's my thoughts on that. My favorite monster, I don't know. I like Illithids, Beholder, Mind Flayers a lot. Those are pretty cool. Do you run any third-party adventures? Not third-party. I mean, I would say probably half of what I do is homebrew, and then the other half I pull from modules. I've done homebrew my entire life since high school, and only recently did I start doing modules at all. And there are some things I like about modules. There are some things I don't like about modules. So I don't know third-party ones though. I've looked at a few third-party modules, and they didn't impress me. But they weren't. I don't think they were done by actual professional company. Well, one was. It was horrible. It was like I could have written this in high school. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's just my thoughts. But I haven't run in here to give you an answer on that one. Let me look at my Discord. Nothing in the Discord. I have no moderators. They left me all alone. What would you do to motivate players to buy into a gritty realism campaign? I mean, I run kind of a gritty realism campaign for at least 2 of my groups. To buy into it? I don't know. Usually I don't have to get my players to buy into my campaigns. I just run them, and they seem to enjoy them for the most part. I don't think I have an answer for you, dude. If your players don't dig it, and they're not enjoying it, you know what I mean? Then that might not be their thing, and they might need you to make it a little less grim or something. I'm not sure. I don't have a good answer for you. I'm sorry. So Pex the Gnome has a player who plays Druid and has a hard time deciding which spells or abilities to use, especially in combat. I try not to pressure her, but we have limited playtime. Any ideas? Pressure her. Pressure her. Time limit. Time limit. Absolutely. Like, seriously. So, if she has unlimited time and just sits there, like, looking at her spells and can't figure out which one to do, everybody's waiting for her. The pacing of the combat, the game just comes to a crawl, and then combats take forever. Like, there's got to be a time limit. There's got to be a time limit. So, like, when everybody else is taking their turn, okay, during combat, like, she has 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to think about the spell she's going to cast. That's plenty of time. She should be thinking about those things while other people are taking their turns. And then when it's her turn, she should know what she's going to cast. Like, what I usually do, if somebody isn't able to tell me what they're going to do within a few seconds of me saying it's that person's turn, they get skipped, or I have them dodge, right? And I'll tell you what, I've only had to skip people a couple times, and once they get skipped, you're darn skippy. They have an action for their character the next time around, because getting skipped in combat is not cool. But I've explained this to my players, and they know what happens, so it's not like it's a surprise to them. But she's got to give you an answer, man. You can't let your game just sit there and take forever because somebody's indecisive. I think you gotta make it happen. She's got to make it happen. If that's heartless and cruel and cold, I apologize, but you got to do it. Got to do it. How do you run a campaign? That is not a question I can answer in a couple seconds. What is a good way to handle infiltration of a guarded area like a fort? Should I use a grid and combat rules and sort of treat it like an old school isometric stealth combat? No, I don't think so. No, I would not. So in my games, like, everything is theater of the mind until combat begins, right? Once combat begins, then the grid's already on the table. Then we put the minis there. Then we draw things out, and then we go. But I think you could just do a theater of the mind, and then just describe it to them. It's just like any old dungeon crawl. You describe things to them, the corridors they're going down. What I do for my games is I draw like a mini map on like the grid, so they kind of know where they're going. I'll draw the corridors and the rooms and stuff. Not 5x5 square, or the square size. It's like a little tiny map, a little itty bitty map that I can quickly jot out for them, so they have an idea of where they're going. But I would do it like that. I think that's how I would do it. Yeah. Marcus says, are you going to answer all the questions or just the good ones? I probably will not have time to answer all the questions because they're filling up the chat. I will answer the ones that I feel, one, that I feel that I can answer, and two, the ones that I feel are most interesting or most helpful or something. I don't know. Have you ever made a romance plot twist or narrative? I don't think so. There was a romance once in one of my games, but that's because the player initiated it, and he made it a thing. That was Nigel, by the way, from Sword Coast Guard. So, when are you streaming again? I will be streaming again probably in 2 weeks. I usually do the streams every 2 weeks. Sometimes I do them every week. Like, I did it last week, and I'm doing it again here. So, probably 2 weeks, though. Usually a Friday night. There will always be an announcement on my Discord and on my channel as well. So, Random Twin, see you later. Thanks for hanging out. What is your secret to life? My secret to life? I don't know. Work hard. Work hard, don't be lazy. I don't know. Grid or theater of the mind? I use grid. Well, no, let me rephrase that. So 3 of my groups use grid for combats only. And then one of my groups, it's all theater of the mind. And I think that's mostly because we play at work during lunch break. And we just don't pull out a grid and stuff. But it's also fun. It's also, I think when I'm doing theater of the mind, for combat goes faster. Because we don't worry so much about the rules and positions and locations. And I just kind of streamline it a little bit, and that makes it go a little bit faster. What is your Discord called? There is a link to my Discord down in the description, Marcus. You can just click that, and it'll pop you over there, and you can join it. What other hobbies do I have? I do martial arts, so I'm a black belt in martial arts. It's Taekwondo, which I don't particularly like Taekwondo, to be honest with you. I'm more into, I did some Muay Thai and boxing a little bit, but jiu-jitsu, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, oh, I love that stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. That's crazy stuff. I love that. I did some MMA like school stuff for a little bit. Like I never fought or anything, and I'm not that good. But I did that a little bit, little Muay Thai, little jiu-jitsu. That was so much fun. I love that crap. That's so awesome. I don't do that stuff a whole lot right now. Mostly, I mean, I was going to a jiu-jitsu school a couple years back, and I don't know, I was just old or something. I'm getting old, but my shoulders were just they were hurting me constantly all day long, so I had to stop doing that. It was just tearing me up. So I just began watching Stranger Things, actually. I'm really digging it. I think I'm still in season 1 though, but it's really good. Looking for questions. So Ethan says, I've heard many things about 4th edition making people mad. I'm new to D&D and I like to know what the commotion was all about. So I've never played 4th edition. All I can tell you is what I've heard. I feel like part of the reason that folks, I'm guessing, didn't like 4th edition is that 4th edition was so much different. It felt like a completely different game than Dungeons and Dragons like 3rd edition, 3.5. I feel like, from what I gather from talking to people, I feel like if they had made 4th edition but didn't call it Dungeons and Dragons, if they had just given it a different name and branded it as a different game, I feel like there probably would have been like a niche of people that played the game and liked the game. But they called it Dungeons and Dragons, and the game felt nothing like what Dungeons and Dragons had felt like previous to the game. Instead of wizards having spells, everybody had powers. You know, I think you had daily powers and per encounter powers and stuff like that. And so they totally revamped the system. It had a different feel to it. And I think that my understanding is that is the thing that made people upset, is that, you know, they made a 4th edition that was nothing like Dungeons and Dragons, nothing historically like it. And I think that is what mostly upset people. That's my understanding of it. Jones says, pre-game jitters, how do you combat them? I don't know. When I'm running my Dungeons and Dragons games, I usually only get a little bit nervous when I'm doing it at a convention. And usually that is not that bad. Honestly, what I do, this is weird. What I do to combat pre-game jitters is I stare, like the people that are at my table and stuff, like I just look at them, you know? This is weird. I just stare at them and I'm just like, all right, cool. I can see you and I can see you. All right. You know, I don't know. It's just like, if I can look at the people, you know what I mean? For some reason, just looking at them, making eye contact, you know what I mean? It takes away that. I've spoken in front of large auditoriums of people and stuff like that. And I think part of it is just looking at, for me at least, just looking at the people, you know what I mean? And being like, oh, you're just a normal person. Just a normal person, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't usually get nervous for games, though. For whatever reason. I mean, like I can live stream in front of a bunch of people. So, of course, Luke, you don't get nervous in front of for games. I was looking through the past. I'm up in the top of the chat here. We're getting low on questions, so I think we're about to call it because we're low on questions, and I'm gonna go eat a sandwich. Dun, 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 dun. Wiggles has a question. Do you get traps or motivation from popular culture, media, like a TV series, a movie, a video game, etc.? I don't think so. I think most of my motivation just comes from reading the monster manual and stuff like that, and then just thinking about things. And mostly when I see a cool monster, that motivates me. But I don't think I usually like copy or get or copy ideas or anything from things I see. I usually don't think about it. Not to say that I'm not somehow like subconsciously influenced by it, but not off the top of my head. I don't think so. Megumin says 4E isn't D&D. Yeah, it's a tabletop, massive online role-playing game. Yep, that's probably a fair statement. What's my favorite trap? I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite trap. Here's a good idea for a trap, though. This is from my buddy John at work. So make there be a room with a door trap. There's a door with like tons of traps on it. Okay, how did he do this? There's a door with tons of traps on it, like, and they find the traps. So when they check the door, they find the traps. The traps are obvious, and any attempt to disarm the trap sets the trap off. And the solution is simply to open the door without trying to disarm the traps, and then nothing happens. So, and here's another one: a trapped room. Imagine a trapped room. And there is a countdown somewhere. There's like sand going through an hourglass or something. And then there's like a puzzle on the wall. Some sort of puzzle or riddle, like a puzzle, say. And the sand is running down. And every time they try to solve the puzzle, monsters spawn in the room. And the sand resets. They fight the monsters. And then they try to solve the puzzle again. And if they get it wrong, or whatever, then more monsters come. The solution to the puzzle is to do nothing. Let the sand run out, and then the way forward will be opened. So, like, those are basically like counterintuitive traps that, it's like, just do nothing, and that is the solution. So you can probably only pull that like once or twice on your players before it will not work again. Ethan! Thank you, sir. I'm glad you like the streams. I will definitely eat myself a sandwich or something. I don't know if we have any bread in the house, but I'll eat something. Marcus says, what decision do you most regret in Dungeons & Dragons as a DM? For example, a TPK or something. That's a good question. I think the things that usually I regret are like, there are a couple times when I said no to my players for something that I think I should have said yes for. One of them was, and these are very little things, but they're things that I remember that I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. One was, there was this like stone door that like revolved on a central pivot, and my player was like, can I jam the door so that it can't open? And I was like, no, it's not possible. And that was it. And later on I was like, well, maybe it was possible. Maybe I should have asked my player, well, I don't know. How would you go about jamming the door? And then my player could explain to me some idea he had. Like, I'm going to take a piton and hammer it in or something. So it's like one of those things where you're just like, oh, I shouldn't have said no. I should have asked him to explain to me how he would go about doing that. And maybe he had a way that he could actually do it. And the other one was that there was a player here and another player, and the one was being pulled away by a water weird, and this player was like, can I use my reaction to grapple my buddy who is being pulled away by the water weird? And I said no. And I think that it would have been totally reasonable to use your reaction to just grab somebody. Because if an enemy moves away from you, you get a reaction to attack the enemy. So if your buddy is getting pulled away from you, why couldn't you get a reaction to grab your buddy? So just a couple things where I was like, I probably should have said yes, or I should have asked them how they would do it. So those are a couple things I regret. And I know they seem like minor things, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's the small things. Those little small things add up, right? Like your dungeon master, you might not always be doing like horrible, egregious things, but if you're constantly, it's the little tiny small things that you're doing wrong that add up, you know what I mean? So like small little detailed things like that need attention, you know what I mean? What are your views on the flanking rule? Are you for it or against it? We do not use flanking in my groups. I used to use it. You guys are all probably familiar with flanking. Basically, if there's a monster in the middle and 2 heroes surround the monster, then they get advantage on their attacks. And we had various reasons why we stopped using flanking. One of them was that it is pretty darn easy to get flanking if you're a melee character. So melee characters benefit extraordinarily from flanking rules, whereas ranged characters do not. We also have what we call crit hunters in the group, that like paladins and rogues are crit hunters. In other words, when they get a critical hit, a rogue gets double sneak attack on a critical hit, and paladins can smite on a critical hit and do tons of damage as well. And so certain players benefit even more from flanking rules, crit hunter characters. And when you're rolling 2d20s, you get crits a lot more often than when you just roll 1d20. And what was it? It made one-on-one solo boss fights like really, really much easier than if you don't have flanking rules, because if you have a one monster, then your players are always getting advantage, right? And so we just found that it unbalanced things. It shifted things way in favor of the players and their characters, making them even more powerful. And the enemies, yeah, you can say, Luke, okay, the enemies can also use flanking. You're right, and I did have them do it, but the power shifts way in the favor of players on the flanking rules, to be honest. And so we just don't use it. There's a random cough for you. Necromancer. Yeah, necromancer. What am I supposed to say? Necromancer? Necromancer. Necromancer. That's a thing. Like, I mispronounce stuff all the time. Like, in my videos especially, people are always correcting my pronunciation. They're like, Luke, it's pronounced chieftain, not chieftain. I think it's like a regional dialect or something that I have, that there are certain words that it's necromancer, not necromancer. And it's chieftain. Chieftain. Yeah. What are we talking about? We're doing a question and answer. Do I have a question and answer overlay? I think I have a question and answer overlay. Stand by. Where's my overlay? Where is my overlay? I don't know if I have a Q&A overlay. That would be very useful for people to know that we're doing a Q&A if I actually had an overlay that said Q&A. Yeah. Chief Chin. Question. What was the most disrespectful player you ever had to deal with? Or something. And like they were obviously obviously whispering to each other, talking about the guy's wife, like right at the table in front of everybody. And it was so obvious. They were like looking at her and then whispering and stuff, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. Are you an idiot? You know, and the husband was like, you know, he's like, you got something to say? Kind of like staring him down and stuff, and they're just like, you know, like shriveling up on each other. I'm like, you guys are morons. Like, you're gonna talk about a dude's wife right there at the table in front of him and make it obvious? Come on, man. So that was just like, I'm just like, good gravy, you morons. So yeah, that was pretty disrespectful right there. A couple of disrespectful players, morons, in fact. Dude, I can just see the dude's like, all right, let's go. Boom. You talk about my wife in front of me, you morons. Man. Looking for questions. Have you thought about giving them a +1 or +2 instead of advantage on flanking? Yeah, but then we got to add stuff together and stuff. Here's the thing, Birdie. The thing I love about 5th edition is they got away with all of the pluses and minuses, you know, and they just made it advantage or disadvantage. And so, like, if we do a +1 or +2, well, then what we got going on is my enemies are going to be flanking as well, and then they're going to be getting +1s and +2s, and we're going to be keeping track of that and stuff. And I really like how 5th edition streamlined things, streamlined the rules, and made it easier. And so we just don't do flanking, but that's a possibility for sure. What's my opinion on Pathfinder? Pathfinder is essentially Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. They took so Dungeons & Dragons Wizards of the Coast made 3.5, like they made this D20 system like open source, so that people could basically use the system, modify the system, and stuff like that. And so Pathfinder took the 3.5 system and made their own thing called Pathfinder. Essentially, if you play Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 and then you go over to Pathfinder, they're pretty much the same thing. Like, the rule set and everything is pretty much the same. I'm sure Pathfinder made some changes and stuff, but it's almost the same thing. I could be wrong about this, but my understanding is that Pathfinder was a reaction to 4th edition and people hating 4th edition. But I could be wrong on that. I could be totally wrong on that. But Pathfinder was just huge and became gigantic. And I can only attribute, I'm guessing, that part of their success was due to the fact that people hated 4th edition. That's just me hypothesizing. I could be totally wrong about that. Somebody correct me. Somebody who's like, Luke, he's a moron. I'm just guessing. I really don't know. That's my guess. How do you handle a DM who doesn't know much about magic and spell slots or wands? Try to explain it to him or something. Help him to learn. That'd be my suggestion. It is unfortunate when dungeon masters don't know the rules super well, which is why I always encourage dungeon masters to try to learn the rules. It's hard to know them all, but it's good to do it. I would try to help him to learn how to do it, explain how to do it. I guess that's the only thing I could do. If he just is like just blissfully ignorant and doesn't want to learn the rules and anything, then you got a different problem on your hands. I think. I don't know. What's my favorite magic item? I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite magic item. Do you use metal dice? No, I mostly have plastic dice. I have some crystal dice as well. My favorite sandwich! And what sandwich are you going to make? Oh, favorite sandwich. My wife made me a sandwich back before we were married. And it was delicious. We were down in Central America. It was the most delicious sandwich I ever ate before. And it wasn't because I was in love. It was just really a good sandwich. I don't know what she did or anything, but it was really good. So that's my favorite sandwich. Chieftain Bruce Campbell. I don't know who that is. Pathfinder 2.0 is playtesting right now. It's similar to 5th edition. Why? Why? What's the point? Like, if it's similar to 5th edition, what's the point? Oh my gosh. What's the point? How do you deal with a murdering, killing anything they come across fighter who wants to kill anything? Murder hobo. Yeah. So the way, and I actually planning on doing a future video about how to deal with murder hobos, but one of the ways, I have zero murder hobos in my games. And I think that is because my players understand that in my game worlds, I run them like an actual world. In other words, like, there are authorities, there are police, and there are other powerful adventurers. And if you go around killing people, it's not going to be long before the police come after you, the watch come after you, the soldiers, which are usually not super difficult to kill. There could be some more powerful ones, but they're also going to be taking out warrants on your head. They're going to be powerful adventurers coming after you. So I think my players understand that, but also my players tend to just play a different sort of game, where there is a quest, there's an adventure, there's a situation, there's a problem, and it's part of the social contract, right? They're like, there is this thing to be done. Let's go do this thing, that was prepared for us to play, as opposed to just going around randomly killing people. So I don't know. There's probably lots of different solutions to it. Part of it is to talk to your players and just ask them to stop and tell them that that's not the game you want to run. Part of it's just having a conversation with them as well, I think. So I haven't had to deal with it a whole lot, though, to be honest with you. Once I get a murder hobo and I have to deal with it with experience, then I'll probably have some better information. All right, looking for what is the best sandwich in the monster manual? I don't know. All right, Pathfinder 2 is nothing like 5th edition. All right, cool. Thanks, Cameron. What roasted monster would you use to make a great sandwich? Kobolds. I'd like to try kobolds first. Those might taste good, kind of a little like chicken or something, or like lizard. Ooh, lizard. That'd be interesting. I'd roast a kobold. I think you could roast a kobold because they're small. You could put them on a spit, turn them over a fire or something. You'd have to descale them first. You'd have to like get a fish descaler, and you'd have to take their scales off or something. How do you deal with players having side conversations and talking over each other when one character is having a special story moment? Oh, the stare of death. The stare of death. Literally, crap you not. I used to be a teacher. Check this out. All I got to do is give my students the stare of death, and they shut their mouths, right? So, like, literally, if I have my game is going on, right, and like another player and I are doing our thing, and you know what I mean, and we got two people in the side conversation, I stop and I stare at them. I just totally stare at them, and usually they sense that whatever was happening has stopped, and they glance at me, and they can just see me giving them this. It's not like they would probably describe it as an angry stare. I'm not actually angry. I'm just giving them a very serious stare. I'm making it very clear to them that they are interrupting the game flow and that I would like them to stop talking. And it usually works. Very rarely does it not work. Very rarely do I actually have to say anything to them. So that's how I control side conversations. But I suspect that is probably something that is unique to my personality and perhaps my mean-looking face. I don't know. But that's how I do it. If that doesn't work for you, then I would talk to them and be like, hey guys, you are interrupting the game by having a side conversation. That's the other way to do it. It's probably the nicer way to do it. My way is probably like mean, just staring at them. What do you do to challenge experienced players in combat? So I love tactical combat like crazy. Use tactics. You got to use smart tactics with your monsters. It's just putting harder monsters in front of them. That's just bigger bags of hit points. That's just more armor class. The solution is using tactics, using intelligent tactics when it makes sense to do so, depending upon your monster. But even dumb monsters, even a monster with an 8 intelligence, that lies within the realm of average human intelligence. And monsters can have wisdom too. And stupid people can be good at things through experience as well. So monsters that have just done a lot of fighting, even if they're not very intelligent, they could still be good at tactics and fighting. Look at your barbarian. Look at the typical barbarian. You know what I mean? Not very smart necessarily, but probably has fairly decent battle tactics, or a fighter. Intelligence is not their thing, but they probably have pretty good battle tactics. It's their fighter. It's their job. It's what they do. And so... and your players got to figure out how to deal with that. A spellcaster is around a corner, casts the spell while concentrating on it, and then pops out, lets it go, pops back around the corner. So casters don't stand out in the open, right? They're hiding so that they can't be targeted as easily. Use groups of enemies. So there are some melee types that charge ahead and lock people down. The archers and the casters stand in the back. You don't use just one type of enemy creature. Use a variety of them, 2 or 3. Probably not more than 3, because then things get complicated. But at least 2 different types of monsters in a particular combat. So those are some suggestions. I have an entire playlist about encounter building that you might check out on my channel. So there are some suggestions there that will definitely spice up your encounters for your veteran players. Whoa, I just jumped. Freeze. I'm frozen again. Ah! I just came back. How long was I held? Like, what was the last thing you heard me say? That sucks. I just gave you a long, detailed explanation of how to challenge veteran players, and I have no idea how much of it you actually heard. Have you ever played Magic the Gathering? Yes, I've played it like 3 or 4 times, and I like it a lot. It's really fun. It's really cool. I began the question. Oh my gosh. Sorry. The quick answer to running challenging veteran players in combat is to use intelligent tactics with your monsters. And I have a playlist on my channel called Encounter Creation. I would check it out. Do you have any tips for new dungeon masters or maybe even world building? I don't build my own worlds. I use Forgotten Realms for all my games because building a world is very difficult and very little reward for me personally, and I almost feel my players don't care about the world that much. If I were to come up with a super customized world, I don't know that they would care. It's like it's all about the adventure and the loot and leveling up your player or leveling up your character and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know, honestly, how much players dig custom worlds, and so I just don't go there. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. My suggestion for world building would definitely be to start small, start with a local area for your players to play in, and then, as you build out the world, introduce quests that take them a little bit farther away. That way you're not trying to build out an entire world all at once, you're just building out a small part of it. So that's a quick tip for you. I think we're about done. I'm getting tired. What about done? How many boulders does it take to screw in a light bulb? I don't know. If they're all trying to telekinesis it, right? They probably break it. Do you like to play ambience music? Yeah, I always have music going. I have a couple different soundtracks and stuff on my iPad, and I'll play that while I'm running the game. Will you do any more Saturday morning streams for us Europeans? It's nearly 4 a.m. I actually have thought about doing a stream Saturday afternoon or something so that it's a reasonable time for both Europeans and possibly Australians and people in the U.S. So I have thought about that. What do you think about using zombie bees or zombies as a monster? Sure, do it. How do you handle accidental player versus player things, and that turns into a massive battle civil war? That is a huge plot point. How do you provide? So I just have a rule at my tables. There's no inter-party conflict. Period. End of story. Rule. Done. Deal. Not allowed. That's the argument is, you're taking away player agency. You're preventing thing. Blah 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 blah. Okay, right. But I've had it happen a couple times in my games where there's inter-party conflict. There's the rogue or somebody stealing from somebody or doing things like that, and I have seen players get legitimately upset at each other, mad at each other, and it causes conflict and tension in the group when people are doing that sort of thing, okay? It's not every group that can deal with that. If you got a bunch of players and they're all friends and it's cool and you guys can have inter-party conflict, then rock and roll. But I have just made it an established rule that there is no inter-party conflict. There's no stealing, there's no killing, there's no attacking. It's just not allowed. Like, literally, you're not allowed to do it. I just know. It's like one of the rare, very rare instances that I deny player agency. And it is not because I'm trying to be a jerk or something. It's because it is for the overall benefit of the group and the game. And it prevents people from getting upset, and it prevents conflict in the group, it prevents arguments, and it prevents groups from falling apart. Okay? And so that is the one thing there. It's like, nope, it's not happening. No stealing from each other, no killing each other, no PvP, right? There are millions of NPCs in the game world that you can do that crap with. Go find one of them, right? Don't do it to your buddies at the table. Part of it, too, is that I want to run a collaborative, cooperative game where everybody at the table is on a team helping each other. And I want to focus on camaraderie and the spirit of cooperation and friendship as opposed to, like, we're all attacking each other. There are probably groups that like that, and they're having fun, and their relationships are not, endangered by that, and that's great. I have found it to be very risky in my games. And to be fair, too, like, most of my players we're friends now, but we started out as strangers, right? And we started playing D&D together. And so it's a different dynamic, I think. But that's how I do it. So there you go. Thank you, Marcus. Marcus says, eat a sandwich. You're a great YouTuber. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. You are glitching. Yeah, you know what? I glitch a lot because the stream health is probably bad. YouTube is, bad stream health. Sorry. I was in a group that allowed PvP and it caused conflict. Yeah, it has a very high likelihood of causing conflict. Absolutely. Danforth says it takes 2 beholders to screw in a light bulb. I'm pretty sure they'd kill each other. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Do you have any stories about edgy players? I don't think so. Most of my players have. I don't know what you mean by edgy, to be honest with you. But most of my players are really sweet. I currently like all of my players. They're all pretty darn awesome, except for one. No, I'm just kidding. Now my players are like, who is that? Is it me? Is it me? Question: would you ever take creatures from other games and put them in? Yeah, sure, why not? I would probably just find something that already exists in D&D to reskin it as that creature, so I don't have to create it from scratch. Because creating D&D monsters from scratch is very difficult. We actually did a live stream a little while back, and it was painful. The math and punching numbers and stuff, it's just not fun at all. So, all right. Any last questions? What do you think about the Mystic class? I think it's pretty broken. I have not looked at it. I've heard several people now say that it's broken. More than likely, let's take a look at it. I mean, is it a homebrew? If it's homebrew, it's broken. That's if something is homebrew, there is a 95% chance of it being broken. That's what I have found. It's a Dungeon Master. It's actually from Wizards of the Coast. Wow. Okay, so it's Unearthed Arcana. So it's playtest material. Yeah. Here's the thing, you guys. This is. I think this is a pretty common thing. Whenever there are new classes, races, and stuff like that being released by a gaming company, usually what you're going to see, I think, based on my experience and what I've heard, is you're going to see a steady progression of those classes and races and stuff getting more and more powerful. And that is probably intentional. It's something the designers do on purpose to encourage you to buy those products and to use those products. Because if it's not, because there are lots of people that like the power gaming type and that sort of thing, and so that appeals to them, where they're like, oh my gosh, the Artificer is so powerful, or the Mystic or something, and then it gets released as an official product, and they're like, I want to play this. And it's kind of hard for a Dungeon Master to say no to playing a class that's an official product in an official book, right? I do all the time. You know, there are several things that are in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, in fact, that are not allowed because they're totally broken. Healing Spirit. What were they thinking? Like, seriously, I need to do like a rant video one of these days about Healing Spirit. Oh my gosh. You guys are morons. Like, they never think about this? Like, they never play tested it out of combat? Like, just in combat, sure, whatever. It's okay, I guess. Out of combat, though, so lame. Some people are like, I like Healing Spirit. Well, yeah, it's because it's super powerful. It gives you more healing than like a 9th level spell would give you. Of course you like it. The first module I ever ran was Prince of the Apocalypse, and I don't think I did a good job, Ben. I think I splotched it pretty badly. I didn't start running modules until a couple years ago. Most of my dungeon mastering career, I was homebrewing stuff. Do you like Puffin Forest? Yes. And no, I don't want to answer that. I do. I think his stuff is funny. He does. If you don't know who Puffin Forest is, he does animated D&D videos. I think his stuff is funny. His stories are funny. I don't think they're all true. Or I should say, they must. Some of them certainly must be exaggerated or embellished for the sake of making a good story. And I don't fault him for that. That is a perfectly legitimate thing to do. He is basically a D&D entertainment channel. He entertains people with entertaining stories. And so if you're gonna, I mean, come on, whose D&D games are really always super funny and entertaining and stuff like that, and make a good story? I don't know. It depends. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's good. I like him. Check him out. He's cool. I remember watching Puffin Forest like a few years ago when he was like at 20,000 subscribers. It's like, seriously. And then like I checked in on him like not too long after that, and he was like just exploding. So yeah. Please rant on Healing Spirit. I think I just did. To To what degree do you describe gore? Oh, I am very descriptive. I'm a very gory descriptive person. Like, seriously. Some of my players are like, oh, like when I'm describing it. Uh-oh, check this out. Squeaky has joined the stream. Check this out. Cat camera. Squeaky. Look at this guy. He's adorable. He's adorable. He's adorable. There's my cat camera for Squeaky. He's like whining. The cat cam once again. Did they playtest it? I do not think they playtested Healing Spirit. They couldn't have. Come on, give me a break. How was that playtested? It's ridiculous. How can I get Healing Spirit? I mean, it's in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. If your DM allows it, then you can get it. I don't recommend you allow it. It's the most powerful healing spell in the game, and I think it's only a 3rd level spell. It's a 3rd level spell, and it gives you more healing than a 9th level healing spell ever could. So, Joe Cat's Crap Guides to D&D. I think I've seen one of those before. I think it was linked from Reddit or something. I think I might have seen that. How do you start your game sessions? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's play D&D. Or, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock and roll. And that's how I start them. And everybody knows. And then I ask them, we'll do a recap type of thing. What happened last time? I'll ask them to explain a little bit. I'll fill in some details. I'll fill in some gaps. I want to like just kind of, I use most of my games we run every 2 weeks. And so we always do a recap so that everybody kind of gets up to speed on what was happening and stuff like that. It doesn't take very long. It usually takes about 5 minutes. And then we rock and roll and we play the game. So that's how I start my sessions. I do have a recap. Yep. Have you checked out Dingo Doodles? I think I saw one of her things once when she had like one video out there and she was already like growing. There's something about animation channels that just explode, like good animation channels. Because there's another animation channel that I kind of looked at a little bit, but they haven't gone anywhere. But I don't know why. But anyway. My cat is attacking the screen. That's awesome. Yeah, a rant on Healing Spirit is worthy of its own video. I should do that. Jason S says, please give an example of a gory description. All right. You aim your arrow at the orc and you fire it. The arrow explodes through its eye, out the back of its head. Brain sprays across the back wall, and begins to slowly run down it. The orc collapses to the ground, and as he collapses, his head kind of crunches apart, and what remains of his brain kind of like comes out. One of his eyeballs rolls across the floor next to you and knocks against your boot. There you go. That's a gory, I don't know. Off the top of my head, that's a gory description for you there, buddy. I hope that was not, like, got me demonetized. It's like, that's gore! Horrible gore! Philip has subbed to Puffin Forest for 2 years. Awesome, dude. Yeah. Question in that case, what are your common descriptors when it comes to blood and guts? I don't always go super gory and descriptive, to be honest with you. Usually it's just like you slice his belly and like, you know, blood comes out. I don't always go overboard and go crazy on it, honestly. If you do it too often and all the time, then it's no longer as interesting because you're overdoing it. You gotta, most of the time, have your descriptions be kind of simple. Every so often, you give one of these over-the-top, really descriptive ones, and I think that makes it more interesting. It's kind of like if you're always getting magic items in the game, it becomes boring after a while. It's like, oh, another magic item. Throw that in the pile. Who cares? More gold. We can't even spend the gold. You know, when these cool things are more rare, then I think they're enjoyed more and more interesting, in my opinion. Can you explain how creature size affects grappling, shoving, etc.? I don't think in 5th edition it affects it a whole lot, except that I do think that there is a rule that says that you cannot grapple a creature that is more than 2 sizes larger than you. For instance, if you're a medium, you could grapple a large creature, but you could not grapple a huge creature. And I'm gonna guess the same rule applies to shoving. That'd be my guess. You could also say you could probably house rule and say that if the creature is one size category larger than you, you have disadvantage to grapple or shove. And if it's one size category smaller than you, you have advantage to grapple or shove. That would be a house rule, though. It's definitely not raw. Danforth says, "My gosh, that was gory. And due to my imagination, I saw it and was like, why does that look like a car crash?" It's a car crash. Demonetized. Hashtag demonetized. It's awesome. Maybe I should animate. I'm just a talking head dude. I'm just a talking head. I don't know. That's not I've never done animations and stuff like that. I mean, and it takes some time. Woo! It takes a long time to animate stuff, folks. I mean, Puffin Forrest is doing YouTube full time, obviously, and he does like a video a week or something. But I guarantee you, this dude is hustling, man. He is doing some work to get out a video a week with animations and stuff. It's a lot of work. Yeah, hashtag question if you want to ask me a question. That's what we're doing. We're doing questions and answers. And we're gonna end this pretty quick here. Ben says, "I'm going to run my first game next Sunday. I have 3 players and intend to go through Lost Mines of Phandelver. Is 3 players adequate for a group?" I think so. Usually game modules are balanced for, I want to say, 4 to 6 players. And if you've only got 3, then I'd be careful, because especially at lower levels, which Phandelver is made for, they could be a little squishy and things could go bad. So you might want to go easy on them. Maybe take out a monster or 2 in a lot of the encounters. So that would be my suggestion. I think Phandelver is balanced for 4 to 6. That's my guess. And if you got 3, it could be a little rough. I definitely would not worry about that as far as not playing. I would just, scale back your encounters a little bit. If it says 4 goblins, make it 3 goblins. That sort of thing, Can you say like and subscribe? Alright guys, if you're liking the content I create here, make sure you click the like button and subscribe. And click the bell icon so you can be notified when new videos come out. There you go. How do you like that? I used to say like and subscribe and stuff like that in my videos, and I hated doing it. I hated it. It was like, I felt sleazy or something. I don't know why. It just felt wrong to me. I was doing it because I would watch these YouTuber advice videos and they would tell you to do it. And so I was doing it for a little bit, but then I was like, I hated it. And there were people leaving comments about not liking it either. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with all that bull crap. I'm not doing that anymore. And so I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that a long time ago. That was probably like a year-ish ago I stopped doing that bull crap, I want to say. I just didn't like it. I hated it. Yeah. There you go. Click the thumbs up button down below. Our carnivore, click the bell icon. The stupid bell icon. It's like, it's one of those things that YouTube doesn't tell you what it even friggin' does. I assume that if I subscribe to your channel, then I like your content and I want to be told when you publish something. Why would I subscribe to your channel if I don't want to know when you publish something? But YouTube is like, let's make there be a secondary function that even if you're subscribed, you also have to click this bell icon to be notified when they make new videos. It just seems stupid to me. It's like, if someone subscribes to your channel, then they probably want to know when the dude makes more videos. I don't know. There's my rant on the stupid bell icon. But that's why you watch videos and the guys are like, ring the bell down below. Because if you don't, you won't know the person even made a video. It's so stupid. Would you rather have 1,000 armor class or 1,000 hit points? Well, with 1,000 armor class, you're invulnerable in melee, but not spells. I think 1,000 hit points would make you all round more invulnerable to things. Or yeah. What kind of dressings or toppings are you putting on that sandwich? I don't know. I don't think I have any bread in the house. I don't think there's any bread. How many cats do you have in the house? 6. All strays. We have a soft spot for strays. So we adopt them, take them in, and take care of them. So yeah. And we have another cat out in the garage with babies right now. I have to find a home for the little kittens because they're cute. Yeah, Birdie says it is pretty sleazy. It is, dude. It's subscribe and click the bell icon. It's like, come on. Why don't I just get on my knees and beg you? Or I could just make videos that don't suck. That's what I try to do. That is the tactic I try as much as possible. Make videos that don't suck, and then maybe people will actually subscribe to you. Imagine that. I'm a player in a 5e campaign, 6th level Arakakra Rogue. What would be the best strategy to assassinate an enemy? I do have the roguish archetype assassin as well. Sneak ahead, away from your party, so they don't give your position away, and then hide, so you get advantage, and then you pop out and you kill them. Is that what we're asking? That's how I would do it. I was a rogue once in a game not too long ago, and I was like crawling along the ceiling, and there were 2 bugbears or something, and they were patrolling, and I dropped down on one of them, and got a sneak attack, advantage, and all this stuff. Killed him in 1 round, and then I hid around the corner and instantly killed him. And then the other bugbear came around, and then I jumped out, boom, and got him and killed him. And I was ahead of the group, and the rest of the group was back here, and they're just like, oh, Luke killed him already. I wouldn't do that all the time, though, because then you're like stealing all of the fun at the table, and then nobody else in your group at your table is having fun. So I wouldn't do that all the time, but that's an idea. Can you put a picture of the sandwich in the Discord? If I have a sandwich. Are you excited for Descent into Avernus? I don't know. I haven't really looked at it a whole lot, to be honest with you. I am not very good at keeping abreast of like things happening in the D&D world, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm super busy. I work full time, and I run 4 different D&D games, and then I make a bunch of videos for you all. And so I am so stinking busy that I rarely get time to even find out that a module is being released, so yeah. I don't even know what it's about. Avernus obviously is the first level of the 9 hells, and so that could be very interesting and fun. Ben says, can you actually end a video by getting on your hands and knees and actually beg and grovel for your audience to subscribe and treat it like it's just a normal thing? That would be hilarious. I would totally do something like that too. I'm like the type of person who would be like, that sounds fun. What food do you feed your cat, dry or wet? They get dry food, and then they get the wet food once a day as kind of like a snack or a treat because it tastes a lot better. Not that I know from experience. I always put the ampersand in D&D because that's the correct way to do it. All right, guys, we're done. We're finished with the stream. There are no more questions, and I'm tired, and it's past 11, and I'm going to bed. So that's the way this works. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with me. Click that like button down below if you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you click the subscribe button down below and ring that bell so you'll be notified of future videos. All right, guys, that's it. I'm checking out of here. I appreciate hanging out with me. We'll do this a couple weeks again. Join us on our Discord if you haven't already. It's cool stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, let's play D&D.